I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in place to be. What's good? It's your main man, Uncle Freezy in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good, party people? Welcome to the Knicks Tonight podcast. You and I rocking with the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe. Your guy. Your mans. Uncle Freezy, what's good? What's good? It's good to see y'all, man. Good to be with y'all, man. Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? What's good? Hey, Big Task at Hand is in the building. What's good? What's good? DSJ is in the building. What's good? Reese Rolex was good. Faultless Phillips in the building. Lily Phillips is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing tonight, man? How y'all doing tonight, man? Let's start this thing off. Let's get back to the roots, man. Blue tears, orange tears, blorange tears. Bam. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I got something I want to talk to y'all about tonight, man. It's the off season, so yo, Recognize is in the building. What's good? Kerry Cox is in the building. What's good? I see y'all. What's good? What's good, y'all? Hey, before I get into this conversation thing, I want to talk to y'all about this thing, man. I didn't do the podcast last week, man. I probably have to upgrade some stuff. But look, I can do the podcast without y'all, right? Y'all know that. The Audible podcast I'm talking about. I can do the Audible podcast without y'all, man. And quite frankly, you know, if we're gonna speak honest, you know what I'm saying? In that podcast mindset, the audio podcast, sometimes it's better just to like sit back and close your eyes and just talk, right? But I don't want to do that, man. I did that last week, and even though the numbers were good, I just didn't get that vibe of like having y'all in the room with me, y'all sharing that space with me, man. You know what I'm saying? But like some people can legit rock, and you know what I'm saying? So, some people are studio performers, right? Some people studio performers, and some people are concert performers, right? Some people are show performers. And I don't know which one I am. I know which one I feel like I'm the most comfortable with, though. I'm the most comfortable when y'all are around and y'all giving me that energy, that inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So I did an audio podcast. I guess it's been about 3 weeks ago now, 2 or 3 weeks. I did a audio joint. And hold on. So I did an audio joint about two or 3 weeks ago, and y'all was in the building, and I shouted y'all out so the whole world can hear y'all names. I think I might do that again. I like that vibe, even though I was doing an audio podcast for I forget the names. Let me pull up the names of it. Let me pull up the names of everybody we were rocking for. So we were rocking for Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Player FM, right? We were rocking for all of them, right? Doing that. Why are we on Pandora? Okay, I need to check on the Pandora. But anyway, so I was doing the thing, right? And I was shouting y'all out. So what was happening is even though people were getting new to me, they were getting used to the format too. And they were listening to me shout y'all names out across the world. Like I was shouting out like Alawaz on it. So I'm doing a podcast and I'm shouting out people in real time. I'm shouting them out like, you know, I'm doing this audio podcast thing. Shout out to Alawaz. Right. And so Alawaz is getting his name shouted out all over the world on a podcast. To me, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing a podcast and I'm like, shout out to Fallsville. In my podcast voice, you know what I mean? Like I was in my podcast voice. Like, shout out to the original DSJ artist of Hood Goddess, Delano Steele Jr. in the place to be. So I was doing my podcast voice. When I listened back to it, I was like, yo, that joint is fire. You know what I'm saying? David L is in the building. So I was shouting at my people in my podcast voice because in your podcast voice, it's not really cool to have like inflections in your voice. You know what I'm saying? It's better to be throw your hands in the air and wave them as if you just don't care. And if you have some loot and a sticky juice of fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. So when I listened back to it, I was like, yo, I'm shouting out my people and I'm shouting out all my people in the podcast. And see, I had never heard nothing like that before. And when I did it in real time, I was trying to straddle that fence of try something new, be professional, try to do it right, but still maintain who I am. Be Uncle Freezy. Right? Be Uncle Freezy. I don't care nothing about nothing else, man. Be yourself. Be Uncle Freezy. And your people in the building, shout them out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like trying to shout my people out while I'm doing a podcast. And then I listen back to it. I'm like, yo, that is slick, man. My man. Yo, you was smart enough to shout out, you know what I'm saying, the Kerry Coxes, the David L's, everybody that was in the chat during that time. You was trying to call a name, shout them out so that people when they preview it, because they can preview it and not download it, I think how it works is you can preview it before you download it. And so when you previewed it, you heard something like, yo, this is Uncle Freezy from Blorange Tears. Shout out to Ashley Inc., aka Wisdom. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? And yo, when I heard that on the pod, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. And so what I probably do sometime this week, is do another audio podcast where it's just me in this format right here in a very short, maybe like a 60-minute joint, in which we talk about something Knicks related. And I could shout out my people, you know what I'm saying? I could shout out, you know what I'm saying, Wisdom, David L, Kerry Cox, everybody that come through, you know what I'm saying? So we'll probably do that sometime this week, man. These weeks, don't lie, they get so busy. We have so much stuff going on that sometimes it's just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the ball get dropped and sometimes the ball didn't get dropped. Sometimes we fumble, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise. So Philip says, is that James Dolan rumor bogus? I don't know. I hadn't heard it. I hadn't heard anything James Dolan related. The Knicks on Christmas, though. No, Nick G, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, Wiz, are you going to be in the draft tonight? Let me throw the link in the chat. Yeah, man. Hey, DSJ, it's yo. I don't know if everyone understands what kind of platform we have here. I don't know if everyone understands what kind of platform we have here. It's straight up a open platform, right? It's like an open platform for everybody to come through and do their stuff. And I don't know if everybody understands it. I don't know if everyone understands it. Right? Right. So we do this open platform for Knicks fans, man, to rock, you know what I'm saying? And to discuss and to argue a lot. But let me do this. Let me rock the mic a little bit. I'm gonna just rock a little bit. How far away are the Knicks from winning a championship? And this is me rocking. I'm about to get in my bag. This is me rocking now. Y'all know I'm the #1 chief rocker. Y'all know I'm the #1 chief rocker. I do it better and longer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I do it better and longer than a lot of people, than most people, I think. Kaiser Salse says, I'm here. People be shook because they know such thing as halfway crooks. I know that. I know that. I know that, Kaiser Salse. But listen, how far away are the Knicks from contending for an NBA championship? Right? All right, hear me out. Hear me out, because I know people are going to be like, yo, he flip-flopping here. Listen what I'm asking. Pay attention to what I'm saying, because we gonna rock. And I'm not telling you to come to my side, or I'm not stating facts, right? This is me with a topic. I'm rocking on it, and then I want to get y'all opinion on it, right? How close are the Knicks to contending for a title? Are the Knicks this close? This close means the Knicks have pieces and maybe 1 to 2 realistic pieces away from contending for an NBA title, right? That means the Knicks are 1 to 2 pieces away from contending to an NBA title. So if you feel like the Knicks are this close and they're 1 to 2 pieces away, then why not go get those pieces right now? What are you waiting on? If you feel like you're close, why wait? I understand historically that New Yorkers and people from the tri-state area historically are very patient people, right? And I do understand that ultimately 50 years is not really that long compared to other teams that have waited longer, right? There are other franchises out there that have waited longer than us for a championship, right? There are other franchises out there that have not won championships in 60 years. Right? So if the Knicks are this close, why not do what King Ant G says, the people champ? Pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. Right? Why not? Why not go ahead and just make the move? What are you gonna wait on? What are you waiting on? Is it because we're afraid that if we trade some pieces and the Knicks don't win a championship, we'll regret the pieces that we traded away? Would you trade away certain pieces that you covet in order to make that next step? Would you trade away a young budding star like Julius Randle? And Julius Randle is just at the beginning of his prime. Just at the beginning of his prime. Would you trade away valuable guys like a Julius Randle to go get a piece that gets you closer to a championship? Right? Would you trade away a Julius Randle? Would you trade away a coveted veteran that we all love, like a Derrick Rose? Would you trade away a coveted veteran like a Derrick Rose? We love Derrick Rose, and we joke about Derrick Rose, man, about him not being. I know that's insensitive, man, but listen, man. Listen, it's what we do. It's a part of the thing. It's man. So the Knicks media, or if you're part of the Knicks organization, man, listen, y'all know this, and depending on how long you've been there, y'all know this is how it works. This is how it works. We talk trash when we mad, and we talk noise to others when we happy. That's just what it is. Right? But if you feel like you're this close, if you feel like you're this close, why not do what King Ant G said and pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger? Why not? Like personally, I love Julius Randle. I love Randle being here. I love the whole story. I love the fact that he chose us. I love the fact that he was on the verge of being a lottery bust, came to New York, became most improved, made the All-Star team, got MVP votes. Because a lot of dudes that were lottery busts came here, got a check, and left. Ain't did nothing. And Julius Randle bucked that trend. Whether you like Randle or not, Julius Randle bumped a very long and frustrating trend of people coming here to get checks and then bouncing. Thank you for the bread, Knicks fans. Wasn't no loyalty, wasn't no nothing. Got they check and bounced. Not only did Julius Randle not get his check and bounce, he became most improved player in the NBA. He made the All-Star team. He was a journeyman guy, Lakers, Pelicans, then the Knicks. He came here. He made the All-Star team, most improved. Would you be willing to trade away that guy that proved that he can do it here in New York to get a piece that gets you closer to a championship? If you feel like you're this close. If you feel like you're this close, right? Why not pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger? right? And listen, the rights to that is King Ant G, the People's Champ, right? And I'm just borrowing it. I just want to give him his credit, right? Would you trade away a coveted veteran that we all like in Derrick Rose? And I know you guys are saying, like, trade them away for what? All you're going to do is get equal value for you're going to get equal value for Derrick Rose, and you're going to get equal value for Julius Randle. No team is going to overpay for Julius Randle, and no team is going to overpay for Derrick Rose. But this is what I want to suggest to you. This is what I want to suggest to you. Do you put together your major after you do the Donovan Mitchell deal? After you do the Donovan Mitchell deal, do you package everything else to get a second star in the building? Clearly, that star has to be a wing player, right? That second guy that you get has to be a wing player, a dynamic wing player. Has to be, right? Because once you do the Donovan Mitchell trade, you're set with Jalen Brunson, at least until January, right? And then you're set with Donovan Mitchell. You're not going to trade him because you traded for him. So that leaves everybody else that's left. That leaves your Randall, your RJ, your Rose, Fournier, whatever young players are left. Do you go after a guy? And I know you're asking, like, who is that guy? Who is that guy that you are dead set on getting? Right? Who's that guy? Sherwin M says, name one wing player who we can get. I'm gonna get to that. Right now, Sherwin, I'm gonna let you name that guy. For right now, I'm asking you if you feel like you're close. Because the question is not who you gonna get. The question is, do you pull the trigger? That's the question. That's the question. Because who you go get is a matter of how much you want to spend. How much you want to spend, right? Once you get Donovan Mitchell, who are you going to get? What can turn the Knicks from a rudderless ship? That's what we are right now. Even with Jalen Brunson, that's what we are. A rudderless ship, purgatory. That's where we're headed. We're a rudderless ship spinning out of control towards purgatory. And if we're spinning out of control to purgatory, how in the world are we going to get out of purgatory if we're a rudderless ship? You tell me. I'm asking you. I'm asking y'all. I'm asking y'all to think about these things. See, what happens is a lot of times in Knicks universe, we'll get buzz news all offseason. All offseason, we get buzz news. Buzz news. People hit you with flashy thumbnails and buzz feeds and buzzwords and buzz news to quit you. It's like a drop of water on your tongue just to keep you there in the moment until the season starts. I don't want to do that. I want y'all to think about the possibilities, man. Just think. Tell me who you can get. Say in the Spider deal, you give up Fournier, Grimes. Say you give up Fournier, Grimes, Obi. Fournier, Grimes, Obi, and 5 first-round picks, right? Then what's left? Fournier, Grimes, Obi, Then what's left after that? So Quickly's left. McBride is left. Reddish is left. Hunt is left. Randall, RJ, some draft picks, whatever. There's your trade. Fournier, Grimes, Obi, 5 first-round picks. There's your trade, right? Ainge finally accepts it, right? You get Donovan Mitchell. Now your backcourt is Mitchell and Brunson. Now what? Now what do you do? Now what? Is that team good enough to win a championship? Now what? Now what? Now, and so Sherman says after trading 5 first, Obi, IQ, and Fournier, who will be available to trade? Yeah. Randall, RJ, Cam, Hunt, Rose, and 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years or something crazy. Ethan, what's good? What's good, Ethan? Good to see you, bro. And so the thing is if you feel like that you're that close when you get Donovan Mitchell, do you consider the possibility of trading, packaging your coveted guys, your Cam Reddishes, your RJ Barretts, your Julius Randles, to go get another guy to go with Donovan Mitchell? And so the question was, how close are you to a championship if you're the Knicks? All right. Right. Hey, Kaiser, so I was just, hey, you got to be patient with me. Hear me out. Because I know you guys get force fed a lot of stuff. I don't want to force feed y'all nothing. I just want to offer y'all something so y'all can take your time and make your own decision. Right? Right? Here's the thing. So that's if you're this close. What if you're not that close? What if you are this close? Y'all see what I'm doing? What if y'all are this close? You can't even see my hands, right? You saw it? What if y'all are that close? Then what? If y'all are that close, which is not close at all, maybe being close to the worst team in the league, then why trade for Donovan Mitchell? Right. Nah, man. Hey, that's nah, man, ain't that true. I'm just trying to get to this thing. I just want to rock for a little bit. So if the Knicks are not that close, if Jalen Brunson doesn't make the Knicks that much better, then why do the trade for Donovan Mitchell? Why do the deal for Donovan Mitchell? If Donovan Mitchell doesn't get you a point where you're this close, then why do the deal? This is me asking you, right? I'm not being subjective or opinionated. I'm being objective in what I'm asking you as a Knicks fan, right? I have an opinion. I opined last week. I'm not going to do that tonight, right? I opined last week. I won't do that tonight. I'm asking you from a neutral stance, if the Knicks are not better than, say, the Orlando Magic right now, then why trade for Donovan Mitchell? Sherwin says, I'm one fan that thinks trading for Mitchell is a good thing for the Knicks. I am one fan that don't think trading for Mitchell is good for the Knicks. All right, so I'm in my neutral stance. Mind you, listen to me. Listen to me, because a lot of people say, they'll say I go back and forth and they take things way out of context. I told y'all from the rip, like I'm not telling you my opinion, right? And I'm not being subjective. I'm being objective, right? So just hear me out on this. If you're a Knicks fan, why would you support a deal for Donovan Mitchell? And basically he gets you to where you're just as good as the Washington Wizards. Why do the deal? Right? All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you don't do the deal, then what? If you don't do the deal, then what? Y'all are thinking that RJ Barrett is going to lead the Knicks to the conference finals? Y'all thinking Julius Randle is going to lead this team to the conference finals? If you don't do anything, if you stay pat with the roster, and say just add veterans, just add random veterans to fill out the roster, no major move, just don't do nothing crazy, right? Big, my man. Okay, all right. I'm trying to be okay. All right. Big Dill says then we suck for another 20 years. So say you don't get external improvement. Say the offseason is summed up with no first round pick, no major free agent, no major trade. Your free agents are so far, your free agents are Jalen Brunson, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Farron Hunt. Those are your free agents, right? Your draft pick is Trevor Keels, and you don't make a trade. And you don't make a trade. Then what? Then what are we doing? Then what? Do you just play the kids? Is playing the kids the option here? Sherwin, where's your option? Because Sherwin said Donovan Mitchell don't make you better. I asked that question. Now I don't see Sherwin no more. David L says we have Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes. Right. And David, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I don't think that Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes are going to have the same impact as an all-star, a Western Conference all-star. Will they improve? Definitely. Yeah. Will they play better? Definitely. Will they have an impact on a team like Donovan Mitchell? No. Let's not do that. Right. So if you're not close, then why trade for Donovan Mitchell? And if you don't trade for Donovan Mitchell, then what? Is Brunson the savior? He already said he's not. Brunson already said he's not a savior. He already said that. Then what? Then now do we depend on the development of RJ Barrett? Do we think that Brunson and Julius Randle together is gonna be? And this is me being neutral now. This is me just asking the questions that you guys ask. I'm just asking it out loud. I'm just thinking out loud for y'all. Right? So what do you do? What do you do? All right. Yeah, Sherwin. There, my man, there he is. Sherwin says next year free agent class is huge. The draft class is all-time best. 1 year of patience is all it takes. See, because in real life, you can't fast forward days. In real life, you have to live. Sherwin. See, in real life, you can't pick up a life remote and fast forward through the parts you don't like. In real life, you have to live. Right? So you're saying be patient. Let me go back to it. All right. 1 year of patience is all it takes. It's not how it works, brother. It's not how it works, bro. See, because 1 year of the Knicks playing bad basketball means heads are going to roll. You think Tom Thibodeau wants a rolling head? No. You think Leon Rose wants a rolling head? No. No. And then if this team loses again, Soulfinger in the building, what's good? This team loses again, you think Johnny Bryant is going to hang around for another losing season? See, in real life, how this thing works is we have to take one breath at a time. In real life, we have to live each day, day by day. Right? Right? And so we can't fast forward through life. We just can't. It's not possible. This team, as constructed right now, guys, tell me, if this team doesn't get Donovan Mitchell, if this team doesn't get, and this is me being neutral, I'm not trying to force you one way or the other. I'm not trying to force a point here, right? I'm just trying to add some sense of some matters that don't always make sense. How many games does this team win? And this is y'all's question. How many games does this team win with no more improvements? I'm asking you guys, how many, if the Knicks don't make another move, say another significant move, and they go into the preseason or go into the regular season with a starting backcourt of Fournier and Brunson, with RJ at the 3, Randall at the 4, Robinson at the 5, Quickly, Rose, Grimes, Obi, Hartenstein off the bench. That means no Cam, by the way. And for those that always question when I bring up a certain thing, you can't play 7 guys on a 5-guy unit. Wiz is in the building.
Now, how it works, bro? See, because 1 year of the
You got some playback, man.
basketball means heads are gonna roll.
What's up, Jen?
You think it's that time rolling heads?
Hey, Wiz, you got YouTube playing?
Oh man, I just realized.
Okay. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm hearing the question, man. I'm watching Sherman M coming through with some info. I'm like, okay. Great question, though, man. It's a great.
Yeah, man. I wanna ask you this, Wiz. Like, if you feel like we're this close, then why not pull the trigger on a Donovan Mitchell deal, and then when you get him here, do the big move, right?
Right. I think the fear is they think we're this close with a Donovan Mitchell deal. We'll take players who will bring us this far back, and then Donovan will bring us that much closer.
Right.
Fear is, are we giving up talent that was going to help us get over the hump with one more player? I think that's the dilemma. I think again, you know that my old statement about the inability to fear of failure, sometimes fear of success, and sometimes analysis paralysis.
Right.
Where you overanalyze and you overthink and go, what if, like the ones who throw in, what if Mitchell gets hurt? What if, no one else is available? What if no one else wants to join us next year? What if we don't have enough picks or players left to trade? What if they're asking too much? All those possibilities are out there. But we're 12 deep right now. We're actually 12 deep right now with the players we have. And we have room to move some of those pieces out to bring in stars and superstars. So, again, if you have 2 or 3 players who are probably not going to get much time this year, there's room to move them. There's room to move them because when you move out 3 of them, you're getting back a star. Like I don't want to give up, Deuce. I don't want to give up Grimes.
Okay.
I want to give up Sims, for example. I'm not talking about players that whether they're available now or not.
Okay.
But if Mitchell and Hart can handle the center, and talking about Donovan Mitchell for Grimes, and then we have Brunson and IQ. Let's assume D Rose is backing him up right now at point.
Okay.
He's expendable. So why let those players sit there hoping that they get some time in the future when you can replace them right now as someone who can make an impact immediately and influence next year? Like Sherwin says, next year we'll have a flood of free agents. Well, that's what Mitchell was going to do. Mitchell's going to be the one here to grab us that other one rather than wait till next year and we're in the same dilemma trying to pick up a free agent who will have someone else join him. And we're back to square one, hoping to grab somebody. And then we're back to last year where Alonzo and DeRozan go somewhere else. So,
but Wiz, so here's the thing. I can't get over. Fast forwarding through this season.
mm-hmm.
What you do this year?
Right.
Who you gonna throw out there this year? I don't get it.
Exactly.
So are we just giving up on this season?
That's what some people are sounding like. They're thinking, well, again, they're hoping for the talent to manifest in the players we have this year. And they'll want to see one more year. A lot of people want to see one more year with the youth and see what they got. Give them time. So it is a dilemma that based on what your mindset is. Again, a lot of it is on PTSD, your previous experiences, and also your outlook on life, your risk management assessment, where, high risk, high reward, moderate risk, moderate reward.
Moderate reward, yes, sir.
People want low risk, high reward. That's what they want to do right now.
Something for nothing, right?
Right, exactly. So if you look at, and then also they keep on looking back, and they keep misassessing past deals and thinking the Melo trade was the same as this. I'm like, it's not even close. But they're not looking at the way it was done last time. They don't realize what happened after the Melo trade and the pieces that were given up compared to what we're doing now. Okay. Melo, we gave up pieces that we didn't have to keep him, with surrounding pieces. And this year, we're giving up pieces that actually may not be needed this year because some of them will not get playing time, especially when you bring in a Donovan or another star. I mean, I personally like Obi. I like Obi a lot, but if you have Randall and Tibbs playing the way he likes to play, and Randall does 36 plus minutes, then Obi may not be the best backup for that.
Okay.
You may want an experienced vet who can jump in there and give us 8 to 10 strong minutes, and then bring Randall back in if that's, Randall's the man. So it may be a time to move Obi, and I personally would hate to lose Obi. But I don't want to be playing 8 to 10 minutes a game. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna do better than he did before because I think he finally clicked last year and caught up to the speed of the game and realized he has the potential to do some damage. But I can see all the players right now, some vets who will walk in. It's almost like Iguodala was for Golden State.
Let me offer you these two suggestions.
Yep.
Let me offer you these two suggestions, and you tell me if I'm off my rocker, or if it's just or if it's something to consider. Chat. Tell me if I'm off my rocker. Tell me you know how when a baby miss their parents so much that they just do foolishness. Maybe I missed y'all so much when his computer was down that I'm off my rocker. Right. If you do the Donovan Mitchell deal, right? Say if you trade for Donovan Mitchell, say you give up Fournier, Grimes, Obi, 5 first-round picks for Mitchell. And say you give up the remainder of those tradable first-round picks and Rose and RJ and Randall for Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby.
Wow.
Chat, tell me would you do this, chat? Would you trade Randall, RJ, Rose, multiple firsts for Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby? And now your starting 5 is Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Mitchell Robinson.
Wow. And even help them more. Your bench is IQ, Grimes, iHeart. So we still have those 3 players, right?
Right. You still have Quickly. You still have Hartenstein. You still have Cam. I think you still have maybe 2 tradable first-round picks. You have 2 tradable first-round picks, right? And then you still have a bunch of second-round picks in a very deep draft.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of second-round picks in a very deep draft.
Yep.
So Knicks fans, your starting 5 is Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell. Your wings are OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Your center is Mitchell Robinson, backed up by Zion Hartenstein, and his backup is Jericho Sims. You still have Cam Reddish. You still have Emmanuel Quickly. You still have Fahrenheit. And since you did a trade, you can still go over the cap to sign veterans to the veteran minimum.
Mm.
Is it something to consider? If you were that close before the Donovan Mitchell deal, and after the Spider deal, you complete the Spider deal, and you look to move other guys in order to do upgrades, like OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Is it something to consider?
Wow.
I just clicked on the first one I saw. I just clicked on, East Blue Drew said, hey, make the move.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as a Knicks fan, do you make that move? And I honestly think yeah. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew some folks were gonna be like, no, you can't trade RJ.
Right.
So Kerry Cox says, I'd look at it, but RJ and Randall, yeah. Think about this though. Think about this. Mr. Cox, think about this. How far has RJ and Randall gotten you thus far? Oh boy. I feel Caribbean vibes about to happen. Oh boy, hold up to your seat, Wiz.
Uh-oh.
There he is, the people's champ. Pull the trigger, pull the trigger,
Boom!
pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the
What's
trigger.
up, champ? What's up,
What's
champ?
up, fellas?
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Yeah, man. So I see. So okay, let me go back to Sherwin because I started the thing with Sherwin. I just want to see what he says. So Sherwin says, Siakam is not a good defender, but he is an NBA champion.
Mm-hmm.
So Siakam, Brunson, and Mitchell, and I'm assuming you're saying Donovan Mitchell and not Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
Not a good look defensively. Yeah. I think OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson make up for that. Because personally, I think OG Anunoby is a better defender than RJ Barrett and Julius Randle are right now.
Exactly. Combined, actually, probably.
Combined, probably, yeah.
Yep.
What's the conversation tonight, Free?
Oh, you missed it. I said pull the trigger about 70 times already.
For real?
Yes.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna recap just because you just jumped in, okay? So here's the thing. Champ. If you feel like you're this close to contending for a Donovan Mitchell deal, then what are you waiting on? If you're a Knicks fan and you feel like you're this close to contending for an NBA championship, right? If you feel like you're that close, then how come you hadn't pulled the trigger on the Donovan Mitchell deal? Is it because New Yorkers are notoriously patient? Because we are. The Mets hadn't won a World Series since 1986. I know firsthand. I'm a Mets fan. Tonight we lost 13-1 to the Braves.
Oh.
Yeah, I know this. The Knicks have not won a championship since I was in first grade. So that means, Wiz, that means you probably were in about fourth or fifth grade then. Yeah, that means the Knicks haven't won a championship since you were about fourth or fifth grade. You used to carry a book bag and lunchbox the last time the New York Knicks won a championship, right?
Oh, but I didn't
Right.
carry a box, man. I ate lunch at school. I went to McDonald's on the street. Winthrop Junior High School, Brooklyn, man. 3 blocks of McDonald's.
Oh well, we didn't have money like that.
But I got robbed once. Not to get robbed. Wingate High School kids came over, and they ate my fries because they have the money on you. And they go, "Where you go to school?" I'm like, "Winthrop." They're like, "Oh man, as a newly from Jamaica, man." And they're like, "What?" And one guy grabbed some of my fries, eating it, his buddy slaps him, go, "Leave me alone, man." In other words, they walked away and left me alone. But if I used to walk up 3 blocks, Mickey D's, grab some lunch, ran back to school.
Right. We didn't have that. We used to get anyway. I dig it. I dig it though. I dig it. But if you're Wiz, if you're this close, why not do the Donovan Mitchell deal? And then once he gets here, and then listen, I know how much the People's Champ loves Julius Randle. Julius Randle is just about to enter his prime. His prime years, right? And I know it's tough to come off a former All-Star just about to get into his prime to upgrade a team. But would you trade Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and Derrick Rose for OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam? Would you consider that? And your starting lineup would look like Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Mitchell Robinson.
I would say.
How long you gonna wait? Champ, Champ, before you answer, let me ask you this. Champ, before you answer, let me ask you this. Have the Knicks won a championship in your lifetime?
No. Not even close.
Okay. Let me rephrase that because that wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. How about this? Have the Knicks been to 2 NBA finals in your lifetime?
Not even close.
Okay. So if you have the chance to compete for those and you feel like you're this close, do you pull the trigger? Do you pull the trigger?
My only issue with that. Well, I'm pulling it on Donovan Mitchell, clearly.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if I still need to see if RJ Barrett can be better than both Pascal and OG. Which I think he has the potential to be.
How long?
And
that's what how long are you willing to wait? How long are you willing to wait?
With Donovan, a couple years. I'll give RJ a year.
So you wait until you're willing to wait until the end of Donovan Mitchell's contract to see if RJ Barrett is going to be a valuable wingman.
Instead of I'm not like gung ho on Pascal and OG and Anunoby though either. So I don't think that gets us a championship either.
So what do they not have that RJ Barrett has right now?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about OG, I think OG doesn't have a lot that RJ Barrett has. Pascal, I think Pascal's a better player right now than RJ Barrett.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's enough. Like, is that the final move? Like that's the move where, like, that's the team we have to win a championship with?
No, that's not. See, that's the thing, champ. The thing is, get you a starting caliber, get a because the thing about it is RJ Barrett better than OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam? The question before you make that deal is, can OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam defensively stop the best young team in your conference? Can you Can you legit line up OG Anunoby on Jaylen Brown and Pascal Siakam on Jason Tatum and feel comfortable with their defense against those two players? Because if you do, now it comes down to, can Donovan Mitchell beat Marcus Smart in a 7-game series every night?
But see,
if that's neutral, say, you know what, that's neutral because you're talking about the defensive player of the year. If that's break even, then it comes down to, is Jalen Brunson better than Malcolm Brogdon?
Yeah, I would say so right now at this point. I just have bigger plans than Pascal or OG. I think.
But Champ, does your plan involve winning right now?
A championship?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So if the plan doesn't include winning a championship right now, then why do the Donovan Mitchell deal?
Because that gets us a step closer to my ultimate plan.
Okay, so I'm confused because it sounds like you want to win and tank at the same time.
Nah, I want to compete until we can bring a star here with RJ Barrett and Donovan Mitchell.
But why not just draft your own star out of the draft? Why not just keep all of our picks and just go draft our own guy? Why trade all those picks for Donovan Mitchell if you're not hell-bent on winning?
No, but I am, Freeze. My point is, you're saying trade RJ for 2 maybe stars, right? I'm saying
and Randall and Rose.
Yeah, and that's like for 2 maybe stars. And I'm saying keep RJ, who might develop into a star, and also bring another star with RJ. I don't think we have to get rid of RJ to bring in another star.
Who's the other star?
Zion Williamson.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord. Down by the river, throw 'em in.
Yeah. That's the and not only do I think that's my goal, but I think that's the future. I think that's what Leon Rose is looking towards as well. I think RJ Barrett is untouchable for that very reason. I think it's a foregone conclusion, really. As long as Zion stays healthy, I don't see a future where he doesn't end up with New York Knicks.
There you go.
Wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New School Knicks. Welcome to New School Knicks. New School Knicks fans think a different way. So how long does it take for Zion to get here?
A couple years. He'll ask out.
Okay. So if it takes a couple of years and RJ's going to develop, what ammunition are you going to have to trade for Zion, right, if you trade for Donovan Mitchell?
I mean, it depends on what you trade for Donovan Mitchell, which is why I've been of the camp that says you don't trade, which I got mocked for, but when you don't trade that 30 pick. You don't, because that gives you more ammunition, because down the line, 2 years from now, you can trade 30, 32, and possibly 34 at that point.
Right. But we don't want to go that far.
But that's 2 years from now, really.
Right. I understand. I understand, Champ. But the thing is, about 2 years from now, it's about still kicking the can down the road. Right? 2 years from now, then we're saying, I don't want to give up. Let me do a best case scenario, right? I want to do a best case scenario. Right. So 2 years from now, we are going to be saying, I don't want to trade Amen Thompson and Khalil Ware for Zion Williamson.
Well,
you see what I mean? You see how the conversation always leads back to, like, one line of demarcation. No matter what we say, it always gets back to, I don't want to trade Nick Smith and say Kal-El Ware for Zion.
But I think first of all, I think trading RJ and Randall for OG and Pascal is a bit of a. I don't think that makes you that much better. That doesn't make you that much better, in my opinion, than what they would be if they just kept RJ and Randall. It definitely doesn't make you that much better offensively. You probably get worse offensively.
Than last year without a point guard.
No, I'm saying a team with Donovan, RJ, Julius, and Jalen Brunson is like those 2 years we wait. It's not going to be 2 years where we're struggling. Like, we're going to be competing and winning a lot of games during those 2 years. It's not going to be like 2 years where we're not good. I think trading RJ and Randall for Obi and Pascal is a lateral move at best. It's lateral.
Wow.
Really?
So you think Pascal and Randall are even?
Pascal was marginally better.
And RJ and Rose are not better than OG and Anunoby right now. If you wouldn't trade RJ and Rose for OG right now,
I wouldn't trade RJ straight up for OG right now.
Wow.
Not for OG.
Wow. Well, I'm not an RJ fan, so I don't want to talk because I'm not an RJ fan. But Freezer, you love RJ. But
I love RJ Barrett.
You trade RJ and Rose for OG, right?
No, I would entertain the thought. I'm not looking to
right. You consider it, right?
And mind you, this is me being objective. I don't want to interject how I feel about it. Right. I just want to put this on the table for discussion.
Because Freezy, what's the better option? If you're gonna do that, why not just wait one summer and go get Andrew Wiggins next summer? Golden State's not re-signing him. He's better than Pascal and OG, and he addresses that need you talk about of guarding wings. I think selling out for Pascal and OG is not the. I don't think that's the move.
Okay, so
where are they getting Toronto?
Well, the thing is you zoom by. You keep zooming by stop signs. First of all, when Andrew Wiggins gets on the open market and there's an open competition for him to pick his destination, you honestly think the Knicks are going to sign?
I think they'll be at the top of the list if they have a Donovan Mitchell on the team.
But you can't say top of the list, bro. You got to if you don't make the move, if you don't make this move and you bank on that move and that move falls through, you fired.
Nah.
Yes.
Like this, like I get what you're saying in principle, right. But this move is not that move. Pascal and OG is not the move you think it is.
But it's not the move of all moves. And see, because the Knicks can't do. The Knicks will never get a Ja Morant in his prime, right? The Knicks won't get a Jason Tatum in his prime. But what they can get is a Justice League. What they can get is a Brunson, Spider, OG, Siakam, a Justice League, right? Because they will never be able to. See, the thing is the Knicks will never have the ability to go get Thanos, right? The Knicks will never have the ability to go get a Superman in his prime, basically. And I know I just said Justice League, which I get you understand the reference. But what the Knicks can do is get 3 or 4 B-level superheroes to save the day. They can go get Aquaman and go get Wonder Woman. They can go get Flash to fight Superman. Right?
Yeah, but I I don't disagree with that. But I think the example, because I think you'll be sending 2 comparable players to get 2 comparable players. I don't think like OG and Siakam is enough of an upgrade to get rid of an RJ Barrett. I just don't think it's enough of an upgrade.
All right, so this is let me ask you this being objective. I'm not putting you on the witness stand. This is me being objective. What makes you think a 40% wing scorer, ball hog, can take a superstar jump? Point out the thing that he does that's going to be elite, and I promise you, I will scrap this conversation and come to your side.
I mean, we've seen it the year before. He's shown he could be a 40% three-point shooter. He's shown us that. He's shown us he can shoot in the high 40s from the field. He's shown us that. It's his next step is showing us he can do a step with high value. But he took a high volume of shots for a half a season, right?
Right.
You have to give him a chance to
a chance to do what? So what is the thing we're waiting on? That's my question.
I don't wait. You waiting to see if he can take the amount of shots he took last year at about a 4 to 5% more efficiency clip.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, all right. So RJ being more efficient consistently is what we're waiting on.
If he does that, he's a star.
All right. So has RJ Barrett shown you that he's an efficient scorer in his previous 3 seasons?
He showed us he can be. He shot 40% from 3 1 year. I think it was 45% from the field. That's all I knew.
It wasn't 40. He didn't shoot 45%.
What was it? 40. It was mid 40s.
No. If RJ, but think about this: if RJ shot 45% from the floor and 40% from 3, the Knicks will be NBA champs.
With just but see, here's where you're missing me. You would have to show me where OG becomes a star. I don't see it.
I don't need OG Anunoby to be. I need OG Anunoby to be exactly what he is today.
But then Donovan runs into the same problem he ran in Utah. It's not enough guys that can put the ball in the basket. Absolutely.
No. Because Utah's problem wasn't Donovan Mitchell. Utah's problem was they didn't have enough guys with any elite anything. It was a vanilla ice cream buffet. No matter how long the vanilla ice cream buffet is, it's vanilla ice cream everywhere you look. So it don't matter if you walk a mile on that buffet. When you get to the end of that buffet, guess what you're gonna have at the end of the buffet? Vanilla ice cream. That's what the Jazz is right now. It was back then a vanilla ice cream buffet. And you know what they were? Before Joe Ingles got hurt, Joe Ingles was a guy masking the vanilla ice cream buffet. And when he got hurt, everything was on full display for everybody to see. Basically, the Utah Jazz were the New York Knicks. Basically.
Nah.
Basically.
Yeah. I think
what did
I think first of all, I don't think Donovan Mitchell had a Julius Randle in Utah offensively. He didn't have one.
Right, because Joe Ingles was hurt.
Joe Ingles healthy is not Julius Randle offensively.
I understand. Touche. I got you. I understand. You're right.
And I just think it looks good, sort of, on a defensive end, but offensively, that team has a lot of problems. That hypothetical team has a lot of problems offensively. It has a lot of problems when it comes to floor spacing. I don't think I like it. Like, I'm not against trading RJ, right? But if I'm trading RJ and Randall, I'm getting something back better than Pascal and OG Anunoby.
What? Are you serious?
Absolutely.
For RJ Barrett
and Julius Randle, yes. I'm getting something better than OG Anunoby and Pascal.
But the thing is
I'm getting me another guy, not a couple other. I'm getting me another guy.
So you're saying you're going to get a guy, not just more dudes.
Yeah. If I'm trading RJ Barrett,
who's that guy? Who's that guy?
I couldn't tell you. This is why I wouldn't trade RJ Barrett. I don't think that guy's available right now. Now, okay. Like, I'm not saying RJ Barrett straight up get you that guy, but I'm saying, like, if I'm trading him in any package, it's for me to get a guy.
I don't think that guy exists.
I'd be more comfortable putting RJ Barrett in a Utah package for Donovan Mitchell than putting him in a package for OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. I don't think that team wins you a championship. And I'm not sure if Pascal Siakam and OG get you a player that wins you a championship.
I understand where you're coming from, but as I mentally canvass the NBA landscape, I don't see that guy that you're talking. That guy doesn't exist. Right, and so here's the closest guy.
I'm sorry.
He exists when he's unavailable.
No. Wiz, I just don't think he exists. Because Randall and RJ is not getting you Jason Tatum. I'm sorry.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm sorry if I'm breaking hearts, but
Tatum.
that's not going to get you Jason Tatum, right?
Yeah, but you're thinking trade freeze. Think about it. A year from now, Julius Randle's off the books. A couple years from now, he's just about, or his contract could be expiring, right?
Nah, he got 4 years.
A couple years from now, in my timeline, I'm talking about in 2-3 years from now, Julius Randle's contract would be. It won't be impossible to trade. It'd be very easy to trade that contract in a couple years, as would Jalen Brunson's, because they're both descendants, right? It'd be very easy to trade that contract in a couple years.
Why are you talking about trading Brunson though?
I'd rather, because if I'm talking about getting a guy to go next to Donovan Mitchell, you might got to trade a Brunson. You might have to.
I need to go smoke a cigarette, bro. I don't even smoke. Wisdom, I don't even smoke, bro. But after with King Angie, the People's Champ, where Champ said, I gotta go.
You got to sell me on somebody better than Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby before I'm trading
for
RJ
Barrett.
And Julius Randle. It's a lateral move.
Well, just trade Randle. Can you just trade Randle? Would Randle and Rose and all your future first round picks get that move done?
All your future first
No, not I'm talking about with them being available. All your future first round picks available or are in play.
So like Randle, Rose, and 2 unprotected first round picks.
Yeah. You would be willing to give that up as opposed to trading RJ Barrett.
If it meant getting Pascal, I would. I mean, I don't see the need of an OG Anunoby with RJ and Donovan Mitchell, though.
Interesting. I mean, I feel you. Actually, I feel you, Sharp, on that. I do feel you because, again, I do have the optimism towards RJ really breaking out this year. So, but I mean, OG is locked in already. He is what he is, and what he is right now is what a championship team can use. But to see RJ where he can be, because the potential, that's the reason why the trade
potential. But where's potential for what?
I know.
What potential? Potential what?
I mean,
somebody name it. Somebody don't tell me RJ's a scoring machine because he's not.
What is RJ's potential, Tram? What do you see? Let's see RJ's ceiling in the next year. What would that look like to you, Tram?
In the next year?
Yeah, over this next season.
RJ's ceiling next season is 20 to 22 points a game, 45% from the field, 38 to 40% from three. Give me that all day over OG Anunoby.
And defense?
I think RJ is decent defensively now.
Okay. And free throws?
Free throws, 78, 80% from the free throw line gets it done for me.
But can he do it? You think he can do it?
Absolutely.
No. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, in that scenario,
RJ Barrett will never be that guy. RJ Barrett will never be that guy.
2 more points per game? A couple ticks up efficiency?
No. Not based on that. What RJ Barrett needs to do in order to become a more effective player is share the ball. And notice I didn't say take more shots or take less shots, because he could take the same amount of shots, right? Because he doesn't need to take more shots. He could take the same amount of shots and convert those.
I'm saying take less shots.
Average.
I'm saying take less shots. He should just make more of them.
So we're together, but my deal is RJ Barrett needs to share the basketball. Wing players in this league now that score a lot of points have gravity on the basketball court. They attract defense, right? It don't matter who the scoring machine is, whether it's Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, Steph Curry. The only way you can become an effective scoring machine is if you can pass the ball. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, right?
Shouldn't you keep the ball more and shoot the ball more? No. You don't have to. You don't have to shoot more, right? All you have to do is be better at what you already do, right? RJ, those romps in the pom-pom patches, stop, right? How about we do this? How about we post up RJ Barrett 3 or 4 times a game on a smaller guard? Anybody ever consider that? Instead of RJ driving a dump truck through the forest, was if you ever drove an army vehicle? Oh no, you ain't never done an army vehicle. Nah. But you ever drove a military vehicle through the forest, and that sound you always hear, the branches hitting on the side of the truck. You know how you hear that all the time? That's RJ Barrett going to the lane multiple times a game. Right? What about RJ Barrett? What about RJ Barrett posting up Trae Young? Anybody ever consider that?
I mean, we've seen.
Let me just do this. How about the guards in our division? The guards in our division. And what about RJ Barrett? Who would guard RJ Barrett for Boston?
Smart.
No, Smart would guard Barrett. Okay.
Brown, probably.
Brown.
Okay. Would anybody consider RJ Barrett posting up Jaylen Brown? What about RJ Barrett posting up Kyrie Irving? What about RJ Barrett posting up James Harden?
But Freeze, he does that.
What about RJ Barrett posting up Fred VanVleet? Anybody ever consider that? And so, Champ, what I'm getting at is RJ Barrett doing more of the same, even harder, does not make them better.
No, but like we gotta realize the fact that the same slack I shoot Julius, like a lot of that you'll see with a point guard on the basketball court. Like we have to see that first. OG and Siakam are not the 2 dudes you bail on that for. Now, if you tell me I'm getting Jaylen Brown, sure.
You're not getting Jaylen Brown.
Then see what you got first. Because I believe that same move for Pascal and OG would be available after next year.
So you saying wait?
See what you got. It's worth RJ Barrett is worth waiting for.
I'm going to go in here and snort some cocaine or something, bro.
You selling out for
and don't do drugs, y'all. Don't do drugs. I'm joking. Don't do drugs.
You selling out for the wrong players, Freeze.
No, I'm not selling out, bro. So first of all, who in Knicks Nation loves RJ Barrett? Who do you think loves RJ Barrett more than me?
State.
No, State don't love RJ.
For God.
Yo, me and you were on Nothing But Knicks. The night that I said me, you, Prince Bun, Who's Mark, and I think Legion of Knicks were on the joint, and I said there on that joint, yo, I love RJ Barrett. We need to tank for RJ Barrett, right? And those guys was like, tank? Who the hell is RJ Barrett? And I got roasted on some show in front of everybody. RJ Barrett was a 10th grader.
You've been compromised, man. If you're willing to give him up for OG and Anunoby and Pascal Siakam,
but champ, again, you got to hear me out. I never said that was my stance. I asked you to consider the possibility. I said it multiple times. I said I'm not being subjective and I'm not opining. This is not my opinion. I'm just being objective here. Would you consider a deal to make the Knicks a more complete team after you do the Donovan Mitchell trade?
Yeah, absolutely. In theory, yeah. Like if it's gonna make us a better team, definitely.
Right, and so we all know that State of the New York Knicks podcast go back and forth on Randall. We know he loved Randall sometimes and hate Randall sometimes. Right. We all know that. Right. But what I'm saying is once you get Donovan Mitchell, you don't consider the deal after the deal. And here's why I say that. Because new school Knicks fans cry me a river. Right? They say, oh, Uncle Freezy, save me. It wasn't the Carmelo deal. It was the deal after the Carmelo deal that hurt us. And here I sit with a new school Knicks fan that says, oh, after the Donovan Mitchell deal, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to make a major move.
No, that is not what I said. Don't listen to him, chat. I said I wouldn't make that deal.
Okay. All right. Okay. To say I was wrong. I was wrong and presumptuous. My bad. I apologize. Your Honor, I strike to move that last statement from the record, right? But what I will say is this: what move is it that you will do? Because Knicks fans for years always say when they cry me a river, you know the Hudson River is actually a flow of Knicks fans' tears. You know that, right?
I'm sure.
They cry me a river about the Melo trade, about how it's not that deal, it's the deal after the Melo deal. So, Champ, you're saying that you wouldn't make a deal after that. Or no, the RJ deal, I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm all for making a deal. Like, I don't think RJ is super untouchable. I think there's a couple of guys in the league I'd trade him for. But like I'm also not with just making a deal for the sake of making one. Like, I mean, if a deal's not out there to make you better, see what you got.
So if the deal is not out there, then you waste Donovan Mitchell's prime drafting players and waiting until they develop.
Here's a hot take: if you trade for, if hypothetically that package, you're still wasting his prime, but they're not winning the darn thing.
Right. Okay.
So you didn't do anything by doing that deal.
I need some help. I don't know. I don't know where to go after that because the conventional thinking is if you do the Donovan Mitchell deal, the deal that you make after that is paramount. Is it not?
Absolutely. But
so why do the Donovan Mitchell deal if you're not going to do the deal afterwards? You're wasting his prime. So why do the Donovan Mitchell deal in the first place? Why not just keep all your young players and draft picks and just go into the draft and draft your own stars? Why not? What's wrong with Champ? What's wrong with a young backcourt of say Scoot Henderson and Kason Wallace?
It's nothing wrong with it. Like, but I don't think anybody's saying don't make a deal. I just think like making the wrong deal, which is what the Knicks actually did with the Melo trade. They made the wrong deal. It's not that they didn't do anything. Right. Let's not misunderstand it. They signed Tyson Chandler. They did something to make them.
But that's our point of contention. Our point of contention is the wrong deal was made.
Right. Which is what I think.
And the amnesty after that was on the wrong guy.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's where I'm talking about right now. If you go get Donovan Mitchell and then you make the same mistakes as you did in the Carmelo deal, now it looks like the son are repeating the mistakes of the father.
Right. But see, here's what I think, we splinter, I believe, is making the same mistake. That would be making the same mistake. That would be the same thing as going to sign Tyson Chandler to make it, because at that time that was supposed to make us a more quote unquote, as you say, Freezy, complete team, and it was the wrong deal because it didn't make us that much better. It made us marginally better, and we didn't wait out for a bigger fish that would have made us significantly better. And that's the mistake. We didn't stand pat after Melo. Like that, like that wasn't the mistake. The mistake was we made the wrong move, and that would be the wrong move in my opinion.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm lost. I'm like, hey, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'm gonna go put some scotch on the rocks or something. Because Champ is legit. Champ is legit verbally abusing me on national TV. I'll be right back.
That's cool, Champ. I mean,
I try.
I get both of you going though, man. but because I'm not an RJ fan, I don't want to let my bias influence me. So I'm almost ready to move off RJ. So that's why I'm not gonna chime in too much, because if there's a player out there that's actually ahead of RJ, more developed, and give me one like strong character, or skill set that where RJ doesn't have any one dominant skill set. Or does he have one? Is there a dominant skill set RJ has that you can think of?
Dominant?
Yeah, one way you go. That's RJ. That's an elite skill set.
I believe he's shown the potential to have one.
Right, but right now doesn't have it. Right now doesn't actually demonstrate it. It's not demonstrated.
No.
Okay, so that's why I am ready to move off RJ right now. If I have Donovan Mitchell, because I want a player with a dominant skill set that will impact the team right now, and not hoping that he'll manifest it next year. And that's why RJ, for me, is it's tradable for even OG.
But what's not being talked about is you can go over the cap to re-sign RJ Barrett. So keeping RJ Barrett actually gives you the best chance to have the most talented team possible.
Chance, I know, and that's where it comes in, is the risk management of potential versus guarantee. So
right, but you'll be paying OG and Anunoby and Pascal guaranteed money, and you once you get those guys, it's just about over. That's pretty much the team you're gonna have to go to war with.
Which I think is a better team than we have right now.
Not offensively. We will struggle offensively with that team.
And
come playoff time, when they pack the paint, it's gonna get real rough.
Right. Who's packing the paint against Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell?
There we go. And then you bring in iHeart once in a while, who's going to pack the paint.
And you have Quickly coming off the bench.
Yep.
And you still have Cam Reddish.
Exactly.
Oh, he ran!
Oh, no.
He ran!
It must be his internet. His internet ran. His Wi-Fi went, oops.
Nah, he ran. He couldn't take it. New school Knicks fans, they can't take it. Them young Knicks fans.
I think he accidentally hit the leave button. He's coming back.
He ran, bro. He ran. Like I was, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, RJ's a two-guard. That's not a factor for me, man. RJ is not playing his right position, man. RJ is a two-guard. But yet, a two-guard who needs to shoot better. And again, two-guard is a shooting guard, right?
Yes.
A shooting guard. So if RJ doesn't get his shooting better, he's not a true two-guard. But he doesn't fulfill the three perfectly either. So it's a tough spot to keep a guy in a spot he shouldn't be in, trying to force him into a three spot. Not force, but have him manifest more of three spot, skill sets. And again, he has no dominant, trait, no elite trait right now in the NBA. When you could get a guy who's you're gonna walk on the floor right away, go, okay, locked on defender, excellent, solid offensive game. There we go. I don't think OG and RJ's offense is that much different, but OG and RJ's defense is much different.
Right.
So I would be open for that trade. And straight up, it's a deal. Right. Him and Rose, okay, maybe I ask for something else. But even then I'll be okay with that too. Because you come off the Rose contract as well.
Right.
And you free up space for IQ, Brunson, and maybe even Deuce to be back there if they want to play around with a point guard spot.
Okay.
Oh man. Chamberlain one. He had to go talk to his general.
Come on, champ. Don't do that, champ.
Stacey wanted to join us. State of the New York Knicks. Gonna join in about 10 minutes, he said. Because he's probably gonna come on and defend and help Champ out. Because
Champ probably what Champ said was Champ was eloquent. You know what I'm saying? Champ was good. It's just I don't know if I agree. See, my thing is not that RJ Barrett is a bad player. that's not what I'm saying. And I think it's getting, I think it's being folded in 8 different ways into a swamp. Man, no, I just want it to be, I don't want to do that. What I'm saying is if you're not going to take them, if the step that you take is not a championship step, then why trade the kids?
JJ is saying that champ also loved who did he love Knox?
Yeah. Yeah. So Wiz, that's what I'm getting at, man. I'm not saying trade RJ for no particular reason. What I'm saying is if you're not gonna compete right away, why do the Donovan Mitchell deal in the first place?
Exactly.
Why not just let these young kids play?
Mm-hmm.
But if you do believe you're close, right? If you do believe you're close, you got to get the cigar.
Yep. And those
people are like, hey, what do you mean if you're close, you got to get a cigar? See, because you can't get close and no cigar. If you get close, you got to go out there and get it. You can't lean in on the girl. It's like when you're teenagers. Remember, you're a teenager, you see your girl, and you lean in, and you trying to, and then she's like, "What you doing?" You're like, "Oh, I was just looking at your earrings, girl. They nice." Nah, man, you that close? You closer than close? You got to go in and try to get a kiss. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get that close and then be like, "Oh, I love these earrings, man. My grandma got some earrings that just messed the whole moment all the way up." You saying I look like a grandma? You know what I'm saying? No, you can't do that, right? So what I'm saying is this, like, if you get Donovan Mitchell, right, and you're looking like a 44-win team, why not just not do the Donovan Mitchell deal and just let RJ, IQ, and all those other guys, those young guys play? Right?
Because people are saying there'll be free agents available next year or year after. In that case, if you want to wait, then let's wait.
Right. And Wiz, when I pay my car off, I'll have more money in my monthly budget. Exactly. But guess what? I can't fast forward to that. I got to take it day by day, right?
Yep. Exactly.
That's what I'm telling everybody. Like, you can't just wait this thing out. Like, this thing is magically gonna become like you ever took a flight, like an East Coast to West Coast flight?
Many times,
Me too. And when they check your boarding pass and you get on that plane, you're like, this is gonna be a long flight in a short, cramped up area. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'5". You know what I'm saying? And then they put me next to a dude that looked like he ready to snore right now. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Yep. I mean, my most dreaded flight ever was overnight LA to Tokyo.
Oh, good God Almighty!
Oh man!
Over the Pacific Ocean.
Over Pacific Ocean. I don't sleep on planes either, so.
You was up for 16 hours.
I watched 2 movies, 4 sitcoms, and read about 20 pages in a book, and that was only 6 hours. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not even halfway there yet."
You're not even halfway
there.
How far is Hawaii from LA? Like what, 4 hours?
Yeah, Hawaii's about 4 or 5 hours. Even that's far for me, but I'll take it because the destination makes up for it once you get there.
Right.
But Tokyo with a time change and it was January, it was cold, and I was like, oh
God.
So yeah.
And so all that torture, right? You couldn't fast forward through all that stuff. You can't just press the remote and fast forward through all that stuff. You had to sit there.
Exactly.
You did all that stuff and then you had 10 more hours.
Yep.
And Knicks fans want us, it was just real quick. We're Knicks fans want us to wait through a terrible season on the possibility that something good might happen.
Right.
What if we get there and something good doesn't happen?
Exactly. I mean, it's not like you're flying to Hawaii and you know at least when you get there, there'll be a beach, there'll be sunshine.
Right.
You're hoping that there'll be a deal at the end of this trip. And then what happens, if the deal's not what you want, you may settle for another Kemba Fournier backup plan. You know.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
So that's my fear as well. My fear is, again, maybe it's a bird in the hand concept, two in the bush.
Right.
It's like, wait a second, I know for a fact I can get this deal done, and this deal increases my chance of this next deal.
Right.
Or I can just do no deal and hope that I will get that next deal.
Right. Right.
I mean, I love the youth. I love our team as it is. I'll be okay with the team staying pat. Right. But if you're not, which again, we're not giving them, not the farm. We're not doing the first offer that Ainge made.
Right.
Making an offer that's going to keep our team intact and lose some players who may not even play at all this season.
Right.
Or ones we don't want to play this season, like Fournier. We most of us are okay with Fournier not being on the team this season. Some of us are not. Some people understand. He was a shooter last year. And with Brunson, he'll be better.
Right.
But we also have the liability of worrying about his defense, even though, again, it may not be as bad as we say, but it's bad enough.
Bad enough, right.
And the fact is, we're going younger. Let's go with the youth, because we're looking at Brunson for the next 2-3 years to take us in the competitive realm. Because what is Fournier 30? I think Fournier is.
I think so.
I think so.
I think he right in the age range.
Right. So, man, I mean, again, a little nice for that experience, and I think he's a nice, moderate voice in the locker room, probably on the bench. But you know what? We have enough of that. We can handle it right now. I think he's not enough of an impact, leadership on the bench or player that we're gonna miss him, because we have enough firepower for like a Mitchell to come in, compensate, to overcompensate.
Here come trouble. Where's here come trouble? Bam. What's up, boss?
There we go.
What's up, OG? What's up, man? How y'all?
All right. Salute.
We good, man. You at work?
Work. I'm in my new house, man.
No. I was just inquiring, bro. I ain't trying to.
Nah, I'm usually at work though. That's what's so crazy. But nah, I'm at my house.
So, bro. So you wouldn't trade? You telling me you wouldn't trade Randall and RJ for Scotty Barnes?
Why you do this, Freezy?
Bro, you said, yeah. I just want the world to know that you're not a hypocrite, bro.
Yeah,
I just want the world to know that you're not a hypocrite.
No, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that, man.
What?
You know
what?
How with Freezy, you know the
OG, come on, OG, don't do that. Don't do that, OG. You too old for this, bro. You telling me you don't like Scotty Barnes?
I do, but you know how the almighty fourth seed make me feel. And I'm trying to move past it, man. You know how that season make me feel. Scotty Barnes and RJ should be teammates with Julius Randle, but we know how that season went, so it's fine.
The Knicks would have never taken Scotty Barnes, bro.
Well, the Knicks, they're dumb as hell if they didn't take Scotty Barnes. If they was picking that 4, they'd be dumb as hell. But what's up though, man? I heard OG yapping some trade RJ garbage. That's what I heard, man. I was about to mind my business, right? Watch the podcast from afar. Then I heard trade RJ.
Nah. It wasn't that. So none of us are pounding the table to trade RJ. Right. So what we're trying to do is be objective about the possibility. Like okay, so let me draw the scenario for you. If you feel like you this close, right? If you feel like you this close, and you trade for Donovan Mitchell, right? When you look at the rest of the roster, is the rest of the roster ready to win a championship?
That's funny. That's
because if it's not, would you consider trading RJ Barrett? Like, would you put RJ Barrett in a Brandon Ingram trade?
No, because that's not logical and it wouldn't happen. That would never happen because of optics. We know how the Knicks play. So the Knicks drafted RJ third. So, they're going to want to see that through. They just traded Porzingis. They went through that whole situation. I don't think that would be in the cards. Personally, I've always felt that RJ was going to be great no matter what. The reason why I root for him so much is because he has so many haters because his game is not flashy. He doesn't jump over people. He doesn't, wow you with his dribble. But he gets better every season. And then people call him a role player. I've never seen a role player in NBA history average 20 points in no time in their career. You got ballhead dudes like Richard Jefferson trying to make a statement in the thread talking about he was a role player. That's a lie. You was not a role player, bro. You was a good player. Rick Fox is a role player. Derek Fisher is a role player.
Devin George. You remember Devin George?
Devin George is a role player. You are not a role player.
You remember Ty Lue?
Yes, I remember Ty Lue. That is a role player.
A role player, bro.
When people like JJ in your chat right now who continuously writing ridiculous comments about RJ Barrett and call RJ Barrett a role player, it's stupid. It is very stupid, Uncle Freezy. Like, it's very stupid and it's disrespectful to the basketball talk. We have to start holding a lot of people accountable for their takes. We have to. And we also have to stop this whole Knicks civil war of RJ versus Randall, Cam Reddish versus Grimes, this guy versus that guy.
Right.
It's very annoying. It's very tiring as well. And
well, let's end it. Let's put some common sense to these dumb discussions, right? Because here's the thing: the obvious thing about Cam Reddish versus Quentin Grimes is this: in order for Grimes to play, either Derrick Rose or Cam Reddish has to sit. Because Emmanuel quickly is going to play.
What about Evan? That's my issue. I think that's the crux of the Reddish versus Grimes argument. Because
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
If I feel like if Evan wasn't here, that wouldn't be a debate at all.
How do you get rid of Rose or Fournier?
Yo, that's the tough part because optics goes against trading Rose. You can't trade Rose.
Right.
Rose is the only vet in the locker room who can actually play. You need a vet in the locker room,
and we like him, and we like him too.
Yeah, I love Rose. Rose is good money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Rose doesn't impede nobody's minutes actually, because let's say if you trade for Donovan Mitchell, we know Grimes is going in that trade. You still have Cam Reddish. That still doesn't impede on Reddish minutes because Rose and Reddish don't play the same position. Let's say if you don't trade for Donovan Mitchell and you want to play Reddish and Grimes, well, Rose doesn't play the same position that Reddish plays, but he plays the same position as Grimes, but you could still slide Grimes to the backup three, or you could slide Reddish to the backup three. So Reddish is not really an issue for me. The issue for me is the Frenchman. He's the guy. People say stuff like, he's a sniper. Uncle Freezy, I had a whole debate about a difference between a sniper.
Somebody said sniper, man. Somebody said sniper.
Thank you.
I could legit jump my fat ass out this window. Somebody said if another say Evan Fournier and the word sniper in the same thing. What are they watching? Espionage movie? This is Captain America Civil War or something?
In my definition of a sniper, and the first name that comes to my mind is Peja Stojakovic.
Yes.
When you're a sniper,
You're consistent at all three areas.
And the first name coming to my mind is Larry Bird.
Oh, is that a trick question?
That's what I'm saying. That sniper, bro. I'm like, yo, this dude get a sliver of daylight. Somebody gonna pay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Evan is a shooter. So my beef with the Knicks right now is this is why I love the fact that the Celtics made.
I'm about to make you mad in a second too, by the way.
I know. I see it. I see you conjuring up some right now.
Yeah.
This is why I love the fact that the Celtics made the finals because it killed so many narratives. It killed the starting point guard narrative because Marcus Smart is the point guard. It killed the narrative that you needed a three-point specialist in the starting five because who is the three-point specialist for the Celtics? I had a dude on Freezy tell me that Jason Tatum was the three-point specialist on the Celtics.
Yeah. I'm going to jump out this damn window. I'm going to jump out this window. I'll be right back.
Come on. So, come on. Like, the Knicks are at a point in this history, in this time, of me watching the Knicks for 21 years where you almost you have to trade for Donovan Mitchell like right now. You have to. Why? Because when you got a guy like RJ Barrett who's 22, who's ascending, right? And you feel comfortable with him, it's another low-key reason why he didn't get paid yet. You can't have two players on your team on a rookie salary max deal. Right. So obviously RJ's not going to get paid yet until we get Donovan in the building.
Right.
We have to. We signed Mitchell Robinson, right? I feel like he's going to get better. We signed him for 4 years, so we got Mitch. We got our starting center locked in for the next 4 years. We got our starting point guard locked in for the next.
Hartenstein's going to be the starting center the next 4 years.
Oh, I got a take for you. If we trade for Donovan, I would prefer for Hartenstein to start instead of Mitch.
Oh, God, my God. I was joking, bro. I was joking. Chat, I'm joking. I'm joking. But listen, we had a EG 14,000. The Reddit King was on this joint. He said Hartenstein is gonna be our Nikola Jokic.
Listen, I'm not going there.
You're not jumping out a window, right?
No, I'm not jumping out that window. My only reasoning for that is when you got Donovan and Jalen Brunson, I would like for them to have an open paint. And I feel like Julius Randle is not going anywhere, honestly. And I feel like Julius Randle, when you have a guy like Julius Randle, RJ, Donovan, and Brunson in the lineup, I feel like a floor space and center is better for them. Right. But if Thibodeau can scheme his way like a good coach can and pick and roll these guys to death, like he should, knowing that Jalen Brunson was first in the league in pick and roll points per possession.
This is where I'm gonna make you mad.
Go ahead.
This is where I gotta make you mad at. I ain't gonna do that. So Tibbs did make adjustments last year. You know what he did? He chose to design the offense around
RJ,
Randall, and Evan Fournier.
Oh God.
So because when I researched it, I was like, I'm looking at the pick and I looked at so we ran the pick and roll the seventh most amount of times, and y'all know these numbers by heart because I say them every show.
That's a fact.
The seventh most amount of times we ran the pick and roll to death.
Yes,
right. And in terms of pick and roll time of possession, right? Time of possession, we were sixth in pick and roll time of possession.
That's a good stat. Yeah.
And in pick and roll efficiency and points per possession, basically, we were 28.
28.
We ran it. We ran it to get open looks for Julius Randle.
Is that attributed to coaching, or is that attributed to the talent that you're putting on the floor?
No. You got to hear me out on it. Because the personnel don't matter. The personnel groupings didn't matter as long as Evan Fournier was on the floor. He had the green light to shoot the three.
You know, RJ was last.
And so because think about when a team does this. Think about this. A team does this. All right. Randall gets the ball. The shot's not there. They move it to Fournier. The shot's not there. They give it back to Randall, and guess what happens? Jab step, pump fake, rip through, jab step, jab. So ISO Randall contested 20-foot jumper over Giannis.
But that's coaching. Yo, Freezy.
I never said it wasn't. I never said it wasn't.
So that's coaching and that's talent that you're putting on the floor. What I hear from you is that Tibbs is trying to implement sets where he wants the guys to read and react, something that Legion constantly punches in my brain on Twitter every time we have a goddamn debate. Shout out to Legion.
Right, shout out to Legion.
But we don't have the talent on the floor to actually run what Tibbs want to run. But here's the thing. Why Tibbs couldn't play Emmanuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes to run his system when they was on the floor together and it looked good. This is why Thibodeau makes people like me look like a fool when I say he didn't play the kids enough when he actually did, but he still want to go back to the vets. When people tell me Obi Toppin averaged 17 minutes last season and Quickly averaged 23 minutes last season. That is a fact. I know that by heart.
Right.
The cherry pick stat of that is those minutes only went up because of last month. And we both know this, Uncle. We both know this, Unc. Right. Those minutes, if he was playing those guys the same minutes he was playing them in January and February, that would have been at least 14 minutes per game, and that would have been at least 18 minutes per game. Thibodeau, you have to get your head out of your own butthole.
But nah, you can't do that. You know why?
Go ahead.
Because he featured Evan Fournier. That's what I'm telling you. The reason why RJ Barrett didn't start at the 2 and Cam Reddish didn't play at the 3 with RJ is because Evan Fournier was being featured. Right? Because Evan Fournier, think about this. The year before Evan Fournier got here, the Knicks shot 39.2% from 3. They were tied for second in the NBA in three-point percentage. And multiple New York Knicks had career years from 3, including all the guys we mentioned, Rose, Randall, and Barrett. But Fournier got here. You notice everybody's three-point efficiency went down, but Fournier set a career record and broke a New York Knicks record. Wow. And instead of us connecting the dots and being smart about what we're seeing, we want to blame everybody around the world and back again. But we don't think about how Tibbs featured Evan Fournier. He developed Fournier. We developing.
You know what's mind-boggling about what you just said? Tibbs does everything we want to do for vets that we want him to do for the kids. You notice how you just said Evan broke a record? Brother.
Right.
How you do not start Grimes from game 1?
Right.
He could have broke a record.
Well, I don't think Grimes. So I'll say this. I don't think Grimes was ready at the beginning of the season, but by the end of December,
how do you know
this is not even a question.
But how do you know he wasn't ready at the beginning of the season?
He a rookie, bro. You gotta give him some time.
What you mean give him time?
The team was coming off a playoff berth, bro. Think about it. Think about all these factors. Okay. You got to think about it in that moment. You can't think about it now, bro.
Yeah, I got
but once you knew, but my point is, once you knew the question or the season hung in the balance, you got to start Grimes, bro. You got to. But do you see my line of thinking with Fournier?
Nah. It lines up. It's crazy because it lines up. Like he had a career year from 3.
Right.
Broke John Starks' record.
Right. But everybody else's 3-point percentage went in the toilet.
Because he's not a good ball mover.
Because of one person was being featured. Let him shoot from wherever he want to shoot from, and y'all shoot from these other places that's not in y'all sweet spot. Even though the year before, all of y'all shot career highs from 3.
Wait, hold on. You know why I don't like that narrative? So are we attributing career highs to Alfred Payton, man?
No. No, what I'm saying is this. Tibbs didn't feature RJ Barrett. Tibbs didn't feature the kids. Right? The year before, think about this, the year before, we were deadly from three, right? That's where double Julius Randle come from. People was frustrated that Randle couldn't pass out of double teams fast enough, right? But because we knew we could shoot the three. This year that just passed, the double team Randle thing wasn't even an issue. It was that Randle is inefficient from the floor this year.
Yeah,
right. I think the Knicks are in a weird space of looking to not feature Randle or RJ. Right. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, right? Because Randle takes so many shots and RJ takes so many shots. But listen, man. Oh, let me retract that. They do feature Randle, right? But we don't feature RJ enough in playmaking where he can show off his dribble, pass, and shoot.
This is what I would love from Tibbs. Because I feel like Donovan Mitchell is going to be on the roster. We are playing on Christmas Day. We are not playing to watch Julius Randle on Christmas Day. We are not playing to watch RJ Barrett on Christmas Day. So I feel like Donovan Mitchell will be on this roster. For me personally, I don't want anybody featured. You got a guy like Brunson, you got Randle, you got RJ, and you got Donovan Mitchell. Whoever's hot that night, get the ball. I think that's the best way to win, personally. When I watch the Golden State Warriors, yes, Curry's the engine. Yes, Curry is everything to them. But when you watch the playoffs, when I watched these playoffs specifically, it's always another player helping the Warriors win the game. I watched Jordan Poole win a couple playoff games.
Right.
I watched Andrew Wiggins win a couple playoff games. I watched Klay Thompson show up the life every game.
What's his center? What's his center that was getting all them clutch rebounds?
Kevin Looney. I watched Looney
like,
man.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Looney. He don't shoot threes. He does shoot mid-range jumpers.
Yeah.
There is a world where Mitch can develop a mid-range jumper. But if I got a guy like Donovan, just from a basketball standpoint, if Tibbs is not going to scheme the pick and roll repeatedly, Mitch and Brunson on teams' defenses to bend their defense, I would prefer for RJ Hartenstein to start. Because I know he can space the floor like right now, and I don't want to put Mitch in that fire where he got to actually do something outside of his realm. I want him to make damn shit. Can you make 70% for a free throw first?
No, but I'm on that. I wish he could. I wish he could. Because how do you have a highlight video of shooting free throws and you missing?
Wow. But you're working on your game.
But you got a free throw highlight video and you missed.
But people don't miss? Come on, man.
I understand that people miss free throws, bro. I understand that. But what I'm saying is why put it out there to create even more doubt of something that people doubted you on in the first place?
Because when you're a Knicks player, you know everything gets magnified. So, of course, he probably did that on purpose. Because you got to think about it like this. Like, Eru, I was about to say Eru. Shout out to my guy, Don. Yeah. I just did a podcast with Eru, man. Uncle Freeze.
Hey, yo, we gotta do a joint together. Why y'all be dodging me, bro?
What you mean, man? Whenever you're ready, man.
What are y'all doing? Yo, I legit. I be on all the time anyway. It ain't like y'all. I think.
Whenever you're ready. We'll set something up. Okay. Next week. We'll set something up for sure.
All right.
Because by the end of this, I want to get. Matter of fact, I want you to personally come on the 100th episode of Die Hard State of Mind. Because by the time that episode comes out, I feel like we'll have Donovan Mitchell, and then we can have a good party.
Okay. All right. So I'm bringing stuff like this, though, State. I'm bringing the fact that Evan Fournier got to the Knicks, right, and was featured by Tibbs, and everybody else's 3-point percentage went down.
I legit never looked at it that way. Not like nobody has never explained it to me that way. That's plausible. That's
because we can't never get to it because everybody's always telling me Julius Randle sucked. and I'm like, and okay, I know Julius Randle had a bad season, and maybe Julius Randle does suck or whatever. I don't care. But how many times are we going to have that same conversation? You know what I'm saying? I want to have the conversations like the reason why RJ Barrett is not an all-star right now is because his assist percentage is 14%. And in order for you to be an all-star level wing player in the NBA, that number has to be in the 20s. It doesn't mean that you're Magic Johnson. It just means when teams lock in on you defensively, you recognize the double teams and you pass to the open man. That's all it means.
It does.
That's all. Like even Giannis cedes the ball to Chris Middleton for spurts of the game, right?
Yeah.
Right. Even Jimmy Butler will let Tyler Hero shoot.
That's chemistry, man. When people say that, my only fight back against that is who else you want to shoot? Who else you want to shoot? I don't want Alec Burks shooting the ball more. I damn sure don't want Evan Fournier to shoot the ball more. My beef with Evan Fournier is he's a front runner. I played basketball in my lifetime. I played in the Gauchos. I played sports. I never played professionally, but I watched a lot of sports in my past 20 years. And I know a front runner when I see him. And I watched a lot of Knick basketball. He was missing three-point shots wide open his first 3 months as a Knick. The only time he played well was against Boston. He has 3 30-point games last season. His 3 30-point games was all against Boston. This man started making three-point shots after the Knicks was down.
After the season was over.
500. Yeah. That's so when I see stuff like that, it's like, okay, yeah, I don't want him on my team because you're not built for that pressure. You're not built for what we're trying to do. Randle, I could give him an excuse. Man had a terrible year. It's cool. It happens. It'll take time for me to forgive Randle. But Evan Fournier specifically, I can't deal with front runners. I can't deal with guys who only want to produce when the pressure is not on right now. And RJ, to me, like, he could be a ball hog to me from last season, man. I'm not giving Alec Burks and Evan Fournier more shots, bro. I'm not giving Randle more shots, and I'm seeing my best player sulk. He's literally sulking on the court. So if RJ's taking mad shots, I'm good with it because Randle's sulking. He's literally so. It was a game last season we won, and Randle had 2 points and 16 rebounds and I think 9 assists.
Right.
And Knick fans was telling me Randle played well. I felt like Randle that night. He did not play well because that same game he stomped off the court after we won that game. I felt like him. 2 points, bro. He don't never play well scoring 2 points. I don't want to hear no Knick player who I consider one of our best players scoring 2 points. Not even in a win. Have you ever experienced a win, Uncle Freezy, that Patrick Ewing scored 2 points?
No.
Come on now. We got to up our standards. We got So this whole team next season, the pamper is off. It's off for RJ. I'm not doing the whole making excuses for these young players, but I'm not getting at those young players. I'm going straight to Thibodeau, Right. Because this is third season. You've been with some of these dudes for 2 years now. You know where Randle plays well at. You know what RJ knows. You got a point guard now too. That whole fans, they don't watch film. They're not in the locker room with us. We watch film 3-4 times. The hell with all that. You ain't in Minnesota.
Right.
So he got to shape up, man. Next season is on Tibbs. That's specifically on Tibbs. Randle can't be no worse. Right. RJ can't shoot no worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They can't be worse.
Who your favorite young Knicks player right now?
Ooh,
outside of RJ, Emmanuel quickly.
How about if I tell you this, because I don't have a feeling you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a breakdown of Emmanuel quickly, right? And based on his trending data, like the number of shots he took from year 1 to year 2, right? And based on baseline NBA players, what if I was to tell you if Emmanuel quickly gets the same amount of minutes and his natural progressions in shots, which means 1.5 more 3-pointers per game, and a half a shot per game, right? And he doesn't shoot 38% from the floor or 38% from 3. If he shoots 40% from 3, 40% from the floor and 39% from 3 on 88% free throw shooting based on his natural progression, Emmanuel quickly can average 21 points a game. What if I told you that? Would you think I'm crazy?
Nah, I'm not surprised.
And so here's the thing. I didn't just speculate on it. I just wanted to do math. I was like, what if Quickly was more efficient? What if he didn't shoot 38%? What if Quickly shot 40%? And what if he didn't shoot 38%? Last year he shot 34 point something percent from 3. So what if he shot more like 38%? So what if he shot 40 from the floor, 38% from 3, and 89% from the free throw line, which is reasonable, right? 40% from the floor is reasonable, right? That's bad, right?
Yeah,
that's bad.
But above 40 is good for me.
So if he does that, based on the same number of shots his trajectory, that man can average 21 points a game.
I'm not surprised.
That's just math. That's just the uptick. That's 0.5 shots per game from the 2. That means a half a floater. If he makes a half a floater a game, going forward, and then he makes, if he takes a half a floater a game and he takes a shot at 3.5 per game at 40%, 38%, and 89%, it's 21 points a game. Just time, but here's the thing: Tom Thibodeau won't let that happen. You know why? Because if there's a veteran out there, Tibbs is going to force that veteran to get those shots.
That's why I love Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose. I feel like Derrick Rose be faking injuries so the young boys could play. Nah. All jokes aside.
Okay.
Last season, I felt like he was healthy, bro. Yeah. I felt like he was healthy like after a month or so. And he's seen some of the young boys like Quentin Grimes and those boys playing well. He said, yo, you know what, man, let me get another surgery. I'm going to come back next season.
Yeah.
But like he looked like one of those type of dudes, man. You like quickly, it's crazy. And JJ, I never want to talk about basketball using math. I didn't grow up using math. My favorite basketball player of all time is Allen Iverson. So anything above me for a guard shooting above 40% from the field, that's good for me. That's fine for me. The position that should not shoot 40-something% from the field, that's alarming, is a power forward or a center. That's when the conversation becomes different.
Right.
Now I watched Curry shoot 43% in the finals. Inefficient. But he does other things on the court. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as you shoot above 40% from the field and you affecting winning, why should I care about you?
But that's not fair because Curry and Iverson was game planned for and faced the other team's best defender every night when they were shooting 43% from the floor, right? Emmanuel quickly was playing against backups, and he still shot 39% from the floor.
But I attribute that to the coach though, because the coach wasn't putting guys on positions. The coach didn't put players on positions on the floor to succeed. It's a very alarming when me and you could literally sit here and name at least 7 players that was on the Knicks last year that shot under 42% from the field.
Right.
This is a pattern. This ain't something new. This is coaching.
Right.
What is Tibbs coaching on offense that got these boys shooting these low, horrible percentages?
Integrating a new guy. When you integrate a new state, I'm serious, bro. When you integrate a new guy, it throws your stuff. Hold on. Chemistry.
So I got a question for you. Integrating Brunson and Donovan will make everybody else more efficient. Like you saw, how you gave me that face. but that also goes to your point of Tibbs featuring Randall and Evan Fournier. So that's why I like that fact, because now if Tibbs can, because I don't believe RJ should be shooting 17.7 shots per game that he shot last season. It's a detriment to him. It's a detriment to the offense. But I felt like he had to do that because Randall was sulking so much. Like he seen his best player.
And then Randall missed a lot of games down the stretch too, man.
He did. No, I felt like the team was like, yo, sit down, bro. You need a mental break.
No, either way, however he got there, he was not on the floor. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Even in games he was there, he wasn't.
So stay. What I'm getting at ultimately, bro, is if you go get Donovan Mitchell, you got to make the change, bro. You got to be Michael Jackson. You got to make that change. Yeah. If you get Donovan Mitchell, bro, Johnny Bryant has to be the man.
No, not even him and Rick Brunson need to be like Shaq and Kobe on that bench. Because Rick Brunson and Jalen Brunson, especially Jalen Brunson came from a 5-out system.
Right.
So, of course, if you got him for $100+ million, he's going to want to tell Coach Tibbs to, yo, I flourish this way. Yo, this way. 5-out, this way. Donovan comes in, he's going to tell Tibbs too, yo.
But State, if you go, but think about the State. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying, big dog. I'm with you. But teams that run 5-out don't normally have defenders because dudes that okay, and so let me just say it in a way that makes sense. Dudes that can dribble, pass, and shoot and be good defenders is so rare that when you get one, he's a max player, right? Like a Paul George.
Yeah.
Dribble, pass, and shoot, and good defender, right? Kawhi Leonard, dribble, pass, and shoot, and a good defender, right? I was gonna say Giannis, but he you can't count him. Jason Tatum, dribble, pass, and shoot, and is a good defender. Jaylen Brown, dribble, pass, shoot, and is a good defender. You know what I'm saying? But the Knicks, if the Knicks could do 5-out, right? It's hard to find a 5 that can dribble, pass, and shoot and defend. That player is so rare. It's so rare that most teams don't run it because the only way you can run it is if you go small and run a 4 at the 5.
So my fight back to that is Isaiah Hartenstein can pass and shoot. Right. I don't know if he can dribble.
He got decent handle. His handle is better than any big we got.
I give you a lineup right now that just came to my mind. Brunson, Donovan, RJ, Reddish, Hartenstein. We're on a 5-out with that.
What are we getting offensively? Offensively, what are we getting?
What do you mean? I mean, that's
I'm asking. I'm not questioning you like that. I'm asking you from a sincere point. Like, what do you get from that offensively?
Offensively, I mean, you got 2 guys who could go downhill, right? Cam Reddish shoots 53% on corner threes from last season, right? And if he could get the ball, he could dribble, pass, and shoot as well. And I think the focal point of that unit would be Donovan and Jalen Brunson getting downhill in the paint and getting other guys open shots. RJ could take a third-and-every role, dribble pass. Even Donovan Mitchell could take a back seat with that lineup too. He doesn't necessarily have to play on ball. So that's another weapon. You can have him come around a drag screen, and now your opposing shooting guard, he's stuck Because he's like, all right, I got Donovan here, but Reddish is over there. I don't
You talking about on the switch? On a switch? Do I
Yeah.
switch or not? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to guard that, especially if you got a center. You can't sag off Hardenstein, because he can make the three as well. It comes back to the coach for me. Is he going to be innovative? And a low-key thing about this whole Donovan Mitchell fiasco, the Knicks are holding out Obi, Grimes quickly. All right, cool. You can hold those guys out in that trade. Okay. You don't want to trade them. I can understand why you don't want to trade them. No problem. Going into next season, though, they got to all play 20 minutes plus. And out of Cam Reddish and Grimes, one of those two need to start. Because that's how you justify to me reason why you kept a lot of these guys out of those type of trades.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I said this earlier. No, I probably said it on the podcast earlier when I was with Eru, but I'm gonna say this to you, that the best thing for Quickly's career is being around Brunson and Derrick Rose and Donovan Mitchell possibly. That dynamic would be so epic for Quickly's career, man. It would be so epic, man. Because even when Brunson get hurt, let's say Brunson get hurt, Quickly could start a couple games. I trust Quickly. You know,
I'm gonna say this to you. I think you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I think I'm getting back on that bandwagon that splash and dash is the backcourt of the future. I think I'm headed back there, but I don't know for sure yet. I need some more time. It's the off season, and I have a lot of weird thoughts going through my head, so I don't want to commit to it. But I'm thinking splash and dash might be the backcourt of the future, with Reddish at the 3, with Obi at the 4, with Mitch at the 5.
I would love that unit, man.
Splash and dash for everybody new to the channel. Splash and dash is what I used to call RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly at the beginning of last year, at the beginning of 2021. There was a game where RJ Barrett hit like 3 threes and Quickly hit 3 threes, I think, and I lost my mind because I thought we had our own splash and dash group, right? And state. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that that I wanted to get to is I think Emmanuel Quickly, of all the youngsters, this young core we got, excluding RJ and Mitch, right? I'm talking about this young core. I'm not talking about the other, because we already have like 7 young cores already.
Yeah,
I mean, for the love of God, bro. If one more person say we ain't never had a young core, I swear I'm gonna vomit, right? But I think of this young core, and I'm talking about post RJ Barrett. Of this young core, I think Quickly might be the best player, man. I think Quickly has the potential to be Chauncey Billups-esque.
He could, and I see
with the 3-pointer.
So I've been watching his pro AM games, and the thing that I like to see from Quickly is his handle, and Quickly handle has gotten so much better, bro. It's his handle gotten so much better, and it's a way to see. Some nights he look like CJ McCollum, another night he could look like Lou Williams, another night he could look like Alfred Payne.
But you know what though? I think it's more personnel groupings. And personnel groupings, like who you putting Quickly on the floor with, and what the coach is asking him to run. Right? So think about this. If Quickly wants to be a point guard, how can you be the point guard on a team that just signed the point guard of the future and has a former MVP at point guard on the roster? Somebody's got to go, or Quickly's going to have to play the 2.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah. Oh.
Somebody, because think about it. So you got Brunson and Rose; those are point guards. Quickly is a combo guard that wants to play point, right? Cam is a wing player that's so graceful. He looks like a 2 more so than a 3. RJ Barrett is a jumbo guard that looks like a 3, but he's really a 2, right? Obi Toppin is so graceful athletically that he looks like a 3, but he's really a 4, and probably in today's NBA should be a 5, right? And so you got all these pieces. And the possibilities are endless. You think if you go get a coach with an imagination, the Knicks can be the highest scoring team in the league, right? But at the same time, offense doesn't win championships. But you know what offense does though?
It gets you there.
Offense gets you to the playoffs.
It gets you there.
Offense gets you to the playoffs.
But defense always wins championships. What Andrew Wiggins did to Jason Tatum by turning Tatum into James Posey in the finals showed me we need some firepower. Because, listen, like, I love that Boston Celtics team, and I like the fact that they added Malcolm Brogdon or whatnot.
And Derek White. They still have Derek White.
And they still have Derek White. Right. The Knicks, if we're trying to compete and be realistic, because you can't just go into the next season with just Jalen Brunson.
No,
that's a disservice to him. You don't do him like that. You just gave this man $100 million. Go get us some more talent. That's another reason why I really want Donovan Mitchell. I don't want to be left out, man. I don't want to be left out. I did. Yeah, you see what Wiggins did to Jason Tatum? He looked like James Posey.
Right.
Literally cut Jason Tatum off. And he was
what's the other guy that played next to James Posey? What's the guy that not Deshaun Stevenson?
Damn.
They had another guy to come off the
Scrappy. He was damn.
Because they had Tony Allen and James Posey.
Nah, it was another guy too. Damn.
Right, under dude.
He slapped the headband off Ray Austin's head, I think. Yeah. Damn, Freezy, I know you know his name.
I forgot his name, bro. I have to look it up.
He was good. That's a good role player. But
right.
He kind of remind me of Quickly a little bit.
Right.
Now I'm thinking about it. He got low key, but I can't get his damn name to come to
mind. Not Tony Allen, champ.
No, it's not Tony Allen. He was
what I'm talking about is what I'm talking about.
He's a shooter. Yeah. He's a shooter. Damn, I can't remember his name, B. Him and Ray Austin was going at it. He's literally
what year was that? That was 2011. No, that was 2008.
Yeah. Eddie House.
Okay.
Wait, was it Eddie House? Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Hold on. I gotta make sure on this, man. I think it's Eddie House though.
Let me see. I'm gonna
make sure. Yes, it was Eddie House. Thank you. And it's funny because the first clip that came up was Jim Rohn's burning. Yo, remember that show?
Yeah.
Well, that's what kind of quickly Eddie House. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about a small forward. It was a small forward. He was a dang it. I'm gonna find it.
Shane Battier?
No.
No, not Brandon Bass. Not Brandon Bass
either. Dang it.
His name not coming to my mind, bro. His name is not. I think I know you're talking about. His name is not coming to my mind. But there's always been good role players throughout the league, bro. Like everybody can't be a superstar. That's not how life
You know
works.
who I'm talking about? The tough guy I'm talking about is a dude named Leon Poe.
Leon Poe,
that's his name.
All right. Yeah.
Leon Poe and not Mehmed Haddadi. You know what I'm saying? Not him. Not Sam Young. Even though Sam Young was in that rotation too, of those small forward tough guys that you can rotate defensively on guys. That the grit and grind Memphis team. It was Leon Poe. And right here they have him listed at center, but he wasn't a center. He was kind of like a PJ Tucker, where he can guard 3s, 4s, and some 5s.
5s, yep.
Yeah, he did. That was him. He was like a 6'8", like 6'8", 2 something. But when you put Leon Poe and James Posey on the floor with Tony Allen, Golden State couldn't even breathe. They were smothered, bro. They was like gravy. They was, you know what I'm saying? They was like oxtail. And I know people don't know what oxtail is. Like, Uncle Freezy, what's oxtail? But anyway, they was like, yeah, man. You put them 3 on the floor, bro.
That helped Curry's development, though.
Yeah, it set him up.
Green ground those couple of years. He said, "Nah, I gotta get in."
And it was and they was playing whoop that trick the whole time. You know that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I want to be a young, exciting team that has a chance to win the championship, man, within the next 2 years. And I feel like Donovan Mitchell just opens that window up.
But if you trade for Donovan Mitchell, bro, what I'm saying is this, because I think what you're saying is excellent, bro. I want to be with you, but the only thing though is I can't be on both sides of the street at the same time. I can't root for the kids on one hand and wait for their development, and then also pursue a championship with pieces missing at the same time.
In my mind, I'm gonna be really honest with you. Grimes is already in Utah. In my mind,
yo, his jersey getting retired anyway. You may as well not even give him a number. He can't wear 6.
If you want me to be honest with you, I feel like Grimes and Evan is already in Utah already. Like this Donovan Mitchell talk, is no way in hell James Dolan is not going in the next season without Donovan Mitchell. Like how are you getting into talks with Utah, knowing their team is going to tank, and you let Spider-Man go anywhere else but New York? I don't care about draft picks that's high schoolers right now. I don't care about those picks. 4 of those picks is not even ours. Those unprotected picks we talking about, 2023, 2025. 2025, the cap go up $171 million. I don't care about draft picks, Freezy.
Right. I know. I'm with you too.
I'm gonna win.
But here's the thing, though, State. This is the thing I want you to recognize. I want you to be with me on this one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen when his cap go up is a sneaky team is gonna build a super team. You remember it happened with Golden State. Remember when the cap went from like 86 million to like 110, and the Warriors had enough money to sneak in Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but why the Knicks could do that?
But we can't build a super team
when
we don't have no superstars.
What you mean? We're gonna have a couple superstars.
No,
you have RJ Donovan.
Oh God damn it! Oh boy! Oh.
So Giannis wouldn't want to come join RJ Barrett and Donovan Mitchell in New York? I don't know. Y'all tell me.
RJ Barrett ain't, bro. Man, come on, man.
Yo, you keep that same energy that RJ Barrett won't be a superstar. Everybody, JJ, people like you who's in this comments, OG who's above me right now, whoever don't think RJ Barrett's gonna be a superstar, we're gonna have the same talk next offseason after the Knicks make the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm gonna ask y'all again: is RJ Barrett a star yet? Is he a star? And y'all gonna be like, "Yo, State, man, I don't know, man. The man just averaged 22, 5, and 5."
I understand where you're going. After the All-Star break, RJ Barrett averaged 25 a game or some ridiculous number on a swollen ankle, and he didn't have no help. He didn't have a point guard, and most of the players was banged up. I know where you. Listen, man, I know where you're going. I love RJ Barrett, right? I love RJ Barrett, but what I want to say though is this: I don't think his arrow is pointing. I don't think he's skyrocketing, bro. I promise you, I think the 2 guys that are going to take off on his team are Obadiah Toppin, if he here, and Emmanuel Quickly. They are legit going to take off next season with or without RJ here.
I got another guy for you.
I know you're going to say Cam Reddish. Oh my God. Oh boy, y'all ready to fight? Y'all ready to fight? I got somebody backstage, man. I got somebody backstage. Look like he ready. He cheesing it. Oh God. he cheesing. He cheesing. So I already know what this means, man. I already know what this means, man. Let the fights begin. EG, how you doing, man?
I feel good today. How are you doing, Freezy? How you doing?
I'm well. How you doing, man?
Stream going well?
It's going well.
RJ, I was about to say, you're to RJ that EG 40,000 is to iHeart.
Ooh.
Yeah.
State, you talking about State? Yeah.
Steak.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like RJ.
So EG, how does RJ Barrett ascend to stardom?
He needs a pass. He needs the pass, right? That's
wow.
Wait a minute. What'd you say?
Who you want to pass to?
Well, first of all, the players that are like Mitchell's one of the best finishers in the league. If you give him dunks, that's a good thing.
Me and you both know you're a Knicks fan, and I'm a Knicks fan.
No.
He's a Nuggets fan.
I'm a Nuggets.
You don't watch Knicks games like how I do.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you,
please educate me. Please, no. Yeah, I know the numbers, but please educate me.
No, I know the numbers too, but I'm not doing math class with you damn near 2 a.m.
Good point. Yeah, so no, I'm just here to learn. Just listen.
All right, so you want RJ Barrett to give Evan Fournier and Alec Burks more shots?
More open shots, the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
It's a superstar theory, bro.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's why. What do you think makes LeBron great? Like a lot of players can drive. It's his passing. It's his passing. It's his passing.
Crazy. This is the thing fans do for RJ Barrett. They always throw out a Hall of Fame player and say, "Well, he do it easily. Why can't RJ do it?" Brother, you just named LeBron King James.
Okay, yeah, LeBron James.
But state. So RJ Barrett had the 24th highest usage rate in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Right. And of the top 30 players, right? And of the top 30 players, guess who had the lowest assist percentage?
I know that stat already.
RJ Barrett.
He was the least.
And guess who else in that? Guess who else was in that group?
What?
Julius Randle was in that grouping, right? Julius Randle averaged 2 more assists per game than RJ Barrett. Yeah. And he plays power forward.
Well, this is why this is so important. Let me
finish. And so of all those guys in the top 30, do you know how many guys had losing records? A ball hog guy that won't pass, and look at their win-loss records.
Yeah. I was going to say, this is why this is so important. In basketball, the most efficient shot is cutting to the basket layup. That's the most efficient shot. If you look at every single shot type, the most efficient shot is cutting to the basket layup. So the teams that win are the ones that generate cutting to the basket layups. That's why Michael Jordan, as great as he was, never got out of the first round without Phil Jackson. Because Phil Jackson designed and Scottie Pippen. But because Phil Jackson designed a system that used Michael Jordan's talent to generate cutting opportunities.
So we're talking about the coach putting players in positions to succeed.
Well, you need the passing ability, right? So like Jordan had the passing ability, and the system was designed around Jordan's passing ability and his scoring, his talent, right?
Mm-hmm. You're confusing me.
Okay.
Because you're telling me you want Alec Burks and Evan Fournier to get more shots. That's where the disconnect will be.
They're not here no more. They're not here though.
All right, but next season we know he's going to spray it out.
We want RJ to pass it to Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson.
But that's going to happen. He doesn't have to take the bulk of the shots because Randall's not going to be sulking anymore. So you have to put some type of context behind these sayings, because you're telling me you want RJ to pass it more, and I'm telling you pass it to who?
One of the best parts of RJ's game is getting to the basket. He was the best in the league at getting to the basket, right? But the problem was he was one of the worst finishers at the basket. Part of that was because the defense could overhelp on him, right? And because he wasn't going to pass it off as often as other players do, as often as other high usage players do. Yeah. And if he could just pass it off, all of a sudden those drives, they have to play him more honest. And they're like, oh, I don't want to help on him because he'll give it to this guy for a dunk, or he'll give it to Fournier for an open three. And open threes, no matter how, like, it's Fournier, but open threes are always valuable, right? Open threes in the corner, especially, those are very, very valuable shots, and those shots help you win games, right? And basketball is a game of generating good shots. You can win a game with a bad shooting mid-range. You'll win a couple games like that, but you cannot win consistently without generating great shots. And that's what RJ needs to do, and he will do it. I really believe that he will develop that passing over time. I think he will. I think he will. I think it's just over time. I think this is like we're having this conversation about a young player, but over time he'll just develop these passing abilities as the game slows down for him. I think he will, bro. I think he will. I think he will. I think he has a lot of potential.
My only fight back for that is I don't mind RJ. RJ Barrett should have shot the ball 30 times. No. Because I'm not passing the ball, brother. I don't want to see Evan Fournier or Alec Burks take another jump shot.
There is a beautiful video I want you to watch. It's about Wilt Chamberlain, and this video is about Wilt Chamberlain. You have to watch. You have to watch it. I don't know if no.
Go ahead.
No.
It's the premise.
It's the premise.
Right.
It's called the Chamberlain paradox. Mm-hmm. It's the Chamberlain paradox. I don't know if I can link it in chat for you, but it's amazing. I'll put it in private chat. It's a beautiful video. It's one of my favorite basketball videos of all time. Basically, the idea of the video, I'm not going to do it justice here, but the idea is there was a season where Wilt won MVP, and he took the most shots on the team, and everything was going well, but they ended up losing to Bill Russell in the finals. And so this was another game. At this point, Wilt has already scored 50, but he's never won a championship. Bill Russell kept beating him. So they hired a new coach. And you would think that the new coach would be like, let's give Wilt the ball more. Let's give Wilt the ball more. But instead, he said, okay, Wilt, we already know you're great. We're going to pass it. Wilt, pass the ball more. You don't need to shoot every time. When you're doubled, pass it to the open guy. And the teammates weren't as efficient as Wilt. Wilt was the most efficient player in the league. But what ended up happening is that Wilt became more efficient, the team became more efficient, and they won 12 more games. They were I think they were the best record in the league with 55 wins. And then when Wilt started passing, they went up to 67 wins. They won every single game. And then in the finals, they finally beat Bill Russell for the first time in 8 years. And then Wilt went on to win his first MVP just because he started passing more. That was the year he led the league in assists. His first year, right? Just because he had all this talent,
averaged 50 and 30, and didn't win the MVP.
It didn't win the MVP.
That's ridiculous.
He didn't.
The NBA was stupid back then.
No, because he wasn't the most valuable player. It was Bill Russell was the most valuable player. Right. Even he had 50 and all these. He wasn't on the best team. Bill Russell was. Because
you know why I love
Does the MVP have to come from the best team? Because if so,
the MVP needs to be the most valuable player, right? Help, not the most talented player, the most valuable. Bill Russell was more valuable to the.
You know why I love what he just said, Uncle Freezy? Because your stats don't always equal impact on winning. So when people tell me about Randall's 2010 and 5, it sound like blue tops in the 80s, man. Yeah. He has to scale it back. Blue Magic. That's that Blue Magic, right? Yeah. Right. If his winning numbers to me is 15 and 9 on great efficiency. That's no disrespect to him, but his 2010 and 5 is a detriment to the team. I just said to Uncle Freeze earlier that I don't like RJ Barrett taking 17 shots per game. He shouldn't have to, but last season he had to because Randall was sulking. And then when I hear you say you want him to pass it more, I don't want him to pass it more to Evan Fournier and Alec Burks, and they both shooting the same percentage as him, and they both been in the league longer than him. What am I passing it to those two bums for? I trust myself more to shoot this ball more than I trust Evan Fournier and Alec Burks.
I don't think the argument is pass more. The argument is to have them consider you passing the ball more.
Yeah, so they don't help. So they don't overhelp on you.
Right. How about the point is make the correct basketball play.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yo,
I don't think RJ is a bad passer. I think RJ just needs to pass.
Yes,
he's a good passer who just doesn't pass. And if he just does a couple of every so often in the game, he'll keep the defense honest, and that's all it is. Keep the defense honest, and everything will go up.
Yo,
and
OG,
that's good.
I got a short story for you. My man's, we was playing basketball right on 4th, 5th, and Lennox, right? It's me and my bro Ron, right? So we on a fast break. I'm ahead of him. And I'm like this. I got my hand up. I'm ahead of him. I'm running full speed, right? So we on a fast break. We got the 2-on-1.
Yeah.
We got somebody, we got one dude with us, whatever. So he stops at the free throw line and takes a mid-range jumper, right? He makes the shot. He makes it. But I'm screaming I'm literally screaming at him. As we're running back on I'm screaming, yo, I'm wide open, bro. Pass me the ball. You're like, but bro, I made it. I'm like, yo, bro, I know you better than me and all that. I don't even care, bro. I gotta touch the basketball to feel like I'm a part of the game.
Yeah.
So you're saying, so basically what you're saying is Mitchell Robinson told you that's how he feels when RJ Barrett don't pass him the ball.
Oh, Mitchell Robinson told the whole Knick Nation that when he was throwing out those subliminal IG messages. You don't remember that?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
RJ passed the ball.
But RJ was the only one passing him the ball, though. That's a fact.
Nah,
you won't do that to me.
No.
We're not playing that troll game tonight. We're not doing that.
All right. Let me pull up these numbers.
Give me some numbers. Because my eyes told me RJ Barrett was the only person who liked to pass it to Mitchell Robinson in the starting five.
In the starting five. Well, yes. You look at everybody else, like Evan Fournier, he's a decent passer. He's nothing special.
He's a horrible passer.
He's decent. Then again, I haven't seen him play since Denver, which has been
was you listening to Uncle Freezy earlier when he said that Evan Fournier and Randall was featured in the offense? And you noticed how everybody else's percentages dropped?
Yeah.
So when you say Evan Fournier is a decent passer,
I mean, he's not terrible, is he?
He's terrible, bro.
Let me look at I don't.
The numbers won't justify 82 games. I promise you that.
Is he that bad of a? What's his assist?
No, he's not really.
Yeah, he's not great.
Let me give him.
He's not good.
But here's the thing, EG, are those passing numbers or assist numbers?
Those are assist numbers. Yeah, that's a good.
Right, because passes and assists don't necessarily mean the same thing.
That's true. That's very true. Assist percentage in particular is more a function of how you are in the offense, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's why assist numbers are a little sometimes skewed.
There are better ways to look at it.
Yeah, and it's the reason why every time people talk about turnovers and assists, I always bring up the Randall versus Chris Webber thing. Because people don't want to bash Randall for turnovers, right? But not appreciate assists.
Yeah.
Like every time they say turnovers, I'm like, hey man, Chris Webber had a higher turnover rate than Julius Randle.
Yeah.
When they say, oh, it's dubious handle. Yeah, but Chris Webber had more turnovers than Julius Randle.
Yeah, but that's
what do you call him? Exactly. That's my point. No. My point is we use some stats conveniently for players we like or dislike, and instead of letting the numbers speak for themselves. That's what I'm getting at.
Everything is narrative based, Freezy. You know that?
Nah, but I try to have it be fact based, right? Because listen, if Randall passes the ball and the ball goes out of bounds and it's not touched by Nick, regardless what any other Nick did, that turnover goes to Randall. Even if Obi was supposed to be cutting baseline and he anticipated Obi and Obi started running and then he stopped and then the ball went out of bounds, that's not Obi Toppin's turnover.
Yeah.
That's Randall.
Man, that happens so much with Hartenstein and Luke Kennard. I swear to God, there were so many times where Hartenstein would do the backcourt and Luke Kennard would stop and like try to and it was just there, and it was open every single time he would do it, but then he would just stop and it was just and then but it's his turnovers. It's his turnovers, right?
Right.
So
Right. So basically, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that RJ Barrett is a bad player.
He's not.
I don't want to trade RJ Barrett. I love RJ Barrett. I'm a Knicks fan to my heart. Right. I've been a Knicks fan longer than RJ Barrett has been alive. State too, probably. Right. But the fact of the matter is, if I can trade, if I would at least consider RJ Barrett for a Michael Porter Jr. deal. I would consider RJ Barrett in a Jamal Murray deal.
Yeah.
Right.
And we would not. The Nuggets would not consider that.
Man, Jamal Murray ain't that good, bro.
Hey, I know I said he's pretty damn good. Like he's still pretty damn good. Like
quickly is gonna put up Murray numbers this season, bro.
Maybe.
No. 20 points a game.
He's not gonna start. Quickly's not gonna start.
Yeah.
He needs to start.
Man, listen, man. State, would you trade RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly for Jamal Murray?
Nah, bro. You know that. I trade Quickly and Obi for Jamal Murray.
So you saying you won't trade your heartstring? This ain't even about a player. This is about a heartstring.
I need somebody to play defense, huh?
Defense.
Yeah. When people trade RJ and they try to tell me Cam Reddish is still on the roster, that doesn't.
Chat. Would y'all trade RJ Barrett and his potential max for Michael Porter Jr., who's already on a max and unhealthy?
I'm sorry, I can't trade RJ for a MAGA player.
So this ain't even about basketball. This ain't even about basketball, right?
This goes far beyond basketball with him, Chan.
Nah.
Chat, would y'all consider trading RJ Barrett straight up, an Iron Man, healthy, always healthy, right? Even when he hurt, he still play, fight through injuries, right?
Well,
for Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr.'s value is like really low right now. I don't even know if he's going to play again. Like,
but that's not the deal. Because if healthy, Michael Porter Jr. would have been the number one pick, and y'all would have never even got him.
Can we go into another multiverse?
It's true.
Where the Knicks picked Michael Porter Jr. and not Kevin Knox, and still picked RJ Barrett the next season.
I mean, you would have to like.
I want to go into that multiverse too, though. I want to go into that multiverse where the Knicks legit trade when Frank Ntilikina goes in, when Porzingis goes into the office and says, "Hey, trade these next 2 first-round picks for Luka." I want to go into that multiverse. when Porzingis pounds the table for this dude named Luka, but nobody wants to draft him because it's grainy video of a 17-year-old kid that looked like he's fat and
funny story. Back in 2014, I was trying to get the my proposal was because the Nuggets had the 7th pick, and I looked at the 7 picks in history. Most of them were terrible. So I was like, trade the 7th pick and 2 first-round picks for Porzingis. So trade up to 4 with the Knicks. Right. Back in 2014.
Yeah, Trey Lyles.
Well, those two first-round picks turned into Wancho and Beasley. But
ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I wanted to trade Moutier and 2 first-round picks for Porzingis, and it would have worked too if the Nuggets were willing to do it. I asked Knicks fans.
We would have got Bo Cruz, Moutier, and Beasley.
And then I would have had Jokic and Porzingis together, and it probably wouldn't have worked, but it would have been fun for a while.
And the year before, if y'all would have never picked up the phone from the Utah Jazz, y'all could legit be looking at
Donovan Mitchell,
Jamal Murray.
No, they had. Wasn't that the same deal that they had the trade rights with Jokic?
No.
I think you're talking about a Rudy Gobert deal.
I know Murray came over because of the Carmelo deal. Jamal Murray was part of the Carmelo deal.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Yes, it was.
He was the pick swap. He was the pick
Oh,
swap.
the pick swap. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Knicks had the 7th pick,
Oh my
and then
God.
so like we got him because of the Carmelo deal.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, everybody around the league. The Bulls got Joakim Noah and LaMarcus Aldridge because of the Knicks.
Knicks deal.
And then the Bulls, being stupid, traded the rights to LaMarcus Aldridge to Portland, right? And you're like, well, what are these stupid lottery teams doing?
Yeah. It's the lottery. The draft things is crazy.
No.
Look, the draft.
I say this to y'all.
Hypotheticals.
That 2021 draft, I'm never letting the Knicks down for making the playoffs that season. Really? That top 8 is one of the best top 8 draft. I'm talking about from 1 to 8.
Who's in 2021?
That's the Cade Cunningham, the Scotty.
Well, we don't know that yet. We don't.
No, we know.
No, we don't.
Franz Wagner's nice.
Franz Wagner is nice. I agree.
Scotty Barnes is nice.
He's really good. Yep.
Suggs is a to be determined.
Suggs is going to be great. Suggs is going to be great.
He's going to be good. I think he's going to be good. He had a rough rookie year.
Jalen Green, he's nice.
I have a controversial take on Jalen Green. I just do.
But I won't reveal it here right now. Mobley, nice.
Mobley's nice. Mobley's really nice.
Diddy, nice.
Cade is good. Cade is good. Cade is good.
I just named you 7 people from that top 8, all who could be all-stars. All of them. You've never seen a lottery, and it's crazy how the Knicks make the playoffs that season. You've never seen a lottery with all top 8 picks look like future all-stars. I've never seen that before.
But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing I want to mention to you. The Knicks had pick number 32, and we drafted Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Yeah, I remember it. The New York Knicks select Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and everybody knew. And Woj just typed it. You're like, okay, this pick is ready to go somewhere, right? So we trade Jeremiah Robinson Earl to Oklahoma City, who we trade with every year. Every year we trade with OKC, right? We trade with them, right? The next pick is Jason Preston, right? The Knicks take the 34 pick and throw it away, taking Rokas Jokubaitis.
Who?
Right? The very next pick is a guard small forward from Alabama named Herbert Jones. Right? Then the next pick, the Knicks take Miles McBride, right?
Still undetermined. He might be good.
He might be, right? Then Detroit takes JT Thor. Then the Bulls take Ayo Dosunmu.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God.
New Orleans takes later on in that draft, pick 43, Greg Brown, a forward out of Texas. Right? The Nets take Kessler Edwards. Right? And so the Memphis Grizzlies take BJ Boston and then trade him to the Clippers.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of Boston last year.
Yeah, man. And then Scotty Lewis gets drafted, right? The Knicks take Jericho Sims. So listen, basically what I'm getting at state is this. Man, listen. It's not always where you pick. It's who you pick. Because there were gems in that second round, I'm telling you, that are going to make all-star teams.
There are gems in every draft.
Right.
There are. But this particular draft, that narrative that you just said doesn't apply to it when that top 8 is that. I didn't even mention Jonathan Kuminga. Right. That top 8 is so deep.
I just don't know, man. We have to wait to see it. I just have to wait to see it, man. Because there's so many.
I'm saying, are we having this conversation if the Knicks take Ayo Dosunmu and Herb Jones? Are we having this discussion right now?
Is Tibbs going to play them?
Yes, you know he's going to play.
Yeah. He would play Herb. He would play Herb. He would play Herb.
Defensive players. Two defensive.
I don't know about Ayo, but he would play Herb.
Yo, OG, man. You know he ain't played no damn Herb.
You know, Herb Jones guard.
Have you seen Herb Jones?
Right now, Herb Jones guards 4 positions, bro.
Yeah, Herb Jones is like borderline all defense.
Because his coach, Willie Green, put him in positions to succeed and played 3 undrafted rookies on something that Tibbs won't do.
Well, undrafted. 3 undrafted rookies. You mean 3 undrafted rookies?
Right?
So
rookies. 3 rookies.
Yeah. One undrafted rookie and Jose Alvarado.
Pelicans was playing all of them and they was winning games.
I understand what you're saying.
Well, Pelicans have a lot of talent. Like Ingram's nice. Ingram's really nice.
Yo,
like,
he's really.
They were terrible before Ingram came, and then Ingram got in there.
Yo,
Ingram, man.
Yo, they was 1-10 without Ingram.
Yeah, they were terrible. Terrible.
But they can't. But those dudes were rookies though. Herb Jones and Trey Murphy.
Yeah.
Bro, you talking about Herb Jones and Trey Murphy perimeter defense, bro? Think about this. If you're a Knicks fan, you legit could have drafted Trey Murphy if you traded up 1 pick or 2 picks.
Yeah. I don't know. I like talking about drafts like that are like 4 or 5 years because I still don't know. There's so many unknowns about like even last year. Like you talk about all the top 8. There's a possibility some of them gets injured. Like, we don't know the improvement rate of them yet. So
let's talk about it. Let's talk about a draft then. Is Rafe LaFrentz overrated?
No.
Who? Wait.
From the Mavericks?
Rafe LaFrentz.
For the Mavericks.
Rafe
to my
LaFrentz.
tall big center. Shit.
Yep.
Man, that was one of my favorite players at NBA Live 04. Hell no.
From Kansas. From Kansas, played power forward for the Denver Nuggets.
Wait, who? Wait,
Rafe LaFrentz. You know who I'm talking about.
Like
he was the power forward at Kansas. Their center's name was a dude named Greg Ostertag.
Greg Ostertag.
Right? Rafe LaFrentz was the power forward. They had a small forward named Paul Pierce. Right? They had a point guard named Jock Vaughn.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Come on, EG, bro. You got to know your basketball, bro. You can't be a Nuggets fan and you don't know your basketball, bro.
Rafe LaFrentz? What? Who?
Rafe LaFrentz.
Y'all know who he talking about from the Mavericks, man. He used to play with Dirt. Well, he was
Are you saying it right? How do you spell?
RAEF.
Rafe LaFrentz. We probably saying it wrong.
Rafe LaFrentz. That's his name. RAEF.
So
LAFRENTZ.
Okay, Rafe LaFrentz.
He was Ryan Anderson basically before Ryan Anderson.
Man, he was playing. He was on the Nuggets when I was 4. When I was 4 years old.
Hey,
man.
You gotta get your knowledge up, bro.
Oh my!
You gotta get your knowledge.
Hey,
Clyde,
oh my God!
Clyde Frazier was drafted the year I was born, bro. I still love Clyde Frazier.
God, Rafe.
Oh man, you gotta know who Rafe LaFrentz is, man. That's like not knowing who.
Come on, bro. You're supposed to be a machine. Are you saying I know more about the Denver Nuggets than come on, man? Come on. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get back to the Knicks. But I want you to humor me on this. Greatest scoring machine in Denver Nuggets history.
It has to
without looking at stats. Just off the top of the head.
It has to be Alex English. Has to be, right? It has to be. He led the ages in scoring. It has to be him. It has to be.
So you're saying because obviously there's a dark horse. There's a dude that wore funny colored uniform in Denver, right? It was a scoring machine.
Yeah, the dark horse is Melo, but like, eh.
No, the dark horse is not Melo.
Who?
Jokic? No.
Yeah, Jokic could be up there. I mean,
no, David Thompson, bro. Come on.
Oh, David Thompson.
You gotta know your
Nuggets,
defense, man.
No, but he didn't do it long enough. He didn't do it long. He was the
first $1 million contract in the NBA.
He was amazing. I got his.
The dude had a 50-inch vertical, bro.
Yep. I got a picture of him signed. By him.
You don't even know who he is.
No, I do know who he is. But when I think of greatest scorers, I think of Alex English because he just didn't do it long enough. He just didn't do it long enough. He didn't have
David Thompson didn't do it long enough.
No, he just didn't do it long enough.
13 years?
Wait. How long was he with Denver? He was with Denver for a while, but not. He didn't. I think it was like 4 seasons. Let me see.
No, it was not 4 seasons, bro. You might be talking about 4 NBA seasons. But there was an ABA NBA merger.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. Okay. You gotta know your stuff, man.
Yeah, 1, 2, yeah. Yeah, he 27 points in his prime. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just looked. Yeah, David Thompson's amazing. I'm sorry, I forgot. This guy. Yeah.
I was gonna invite you tomorrow night to or tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
To the all-time NBA draft.
It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, man. I just wanted
to. But I do have that signed.
Who's the greatest point guard in Denver Nuggets history?
Ooh, Fat Lever? No. Is it Fat Lever? No, it's that's a triple double. Yeah, Fat Lever.
Fat Lever,
yeah, Fat Lever.
The old school Russell Westbrook. And not just because triple doubles. Because their body types and everything, the dude they kind of looked alike.
I would say Fat Lever. That is my.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know him. I just didn't think of him when I was thinking of score. Like I don't know why I did. I don't know.
There's the NBA overlap sometimes too. The NBA.
If I just say like the greatest Nuggets of all time, I would put him on that list. But you said greatest scorers, and my brain just went to Alex English.
Okay.
So that's why.
Because I said, see, I didn't say greatest Nugget. I said greatest scoring machine.
Yeah, and that's why I was like Alex English, and that's why my brain was like maybe Melo.
Hey, Wiz, do you remember what team drafted Alex English?
Whoa,
in the ABA? Wait, was he? I don't know how that worked. Did they draft both NBA and ABA, or just
Alex English was drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks?
Oh wow! I remember that.
Learning something new.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I didn't know that. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Alex English was drafted.
Who's the greatest shooting guard? Who's the greatest shooting guard in Denver Nuggets history?
Oh, it's David Thompson, 100%.
Okay, I was gonna say because some people have told me that it's Allen Iverson.
He couldn't get past the first. No, please, no. Nah. No. He was good. He was good with Denver, but he was okay. Who's
the greatest center in Denver Nuggets history?
Jokic, best player. He just is 2-time MVP. The Nuggets had never had an MVP, so 2-time MVP, best player, best. All right,
one more thing before I ask State to fix the Knicks. State, I'm gonna in a second. I'm gonna ask you to fix the Knicks, right? Mm-hmm. But here's one more thing. Best uniforms in Denver Nuggets history.
Oh, them joints with the joints that's like colorful. It's like colorful. Long joints.
You're talking about the Horizon, the Denver Horizon on the
rainbow
jerseys. Denver light blue joints.
Yeah.
The Horizons? What?
No. Nah.
No, the rainbow jerseys. Those are the ones.
The Alex English ones.
Yeah, the Alex English one. The blue one, like the blue sky, like
with the skyline on it.
Yeah, the skyline. We've done a couple of remixes, but it's not as good as the original.
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say the '94 upset jerseys. The brown with the navy blue.
The one where we beat the Sonics.
Sonics, yeah, I like.
Yeah, I think it was that moment that made those jerseys great.
They're talking about the moment with
Mutombo.
Yeah, the chocolate brown and the mountain in the background on the joint. To me that was fire. All right. So
wait. This is this jersey, right? Wait. I have my.
That's it.
Yeah, it's the It's a little
that's
red.
The color scheme right there.
Yeah, there. Yeah. That's this one. Yep.
The 94 Nuggets. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
Hey, State, how do you fix the Knicks, bro? What are you doing? You just tell me. Just give me 3 moves. 3 moves, real quick.
Trade for Donovan Mitchell. Sign Carmelo Anthony. And tell Tibbs to run the offense through Brunson.
What? You want me to give my opinion how to fix the Knicks?
Yes, sir.
They're not even broken. They're going to win a championship this year.
Because of iHeart.
Play Isaiah Hardenstein, win championships. That's how simple it. I found this stat. When Isaiah Hardenstein played minutes with James Harden, the Rockets played like an 82-0 level team, and it was the best two-man lineup of James Harden's career, requiring 100 minutes played. When Isaiah Hartenstein played minutes with Paul George, when he played minutes with Paul George, the Clippers played like an 82-0 team, and it was the best two-man lineup of Paul George's career, requiring 100 minutes played.
What was their defensive rate? What was their defensive rate?
It was like 80 or like 6. It was really.
That's
I think
ridiculous.
they basically because Hartenstein is the best rim protector in the entire NBA.
No. I'm saying no team in the NBA scores 80 points a game, bro.
No, yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. Hartenstein is like if you put Rudy Gobert on the bench, because obviously you have the bench players aren't as good as the starters, but there's one more stat. When Isaiah Hartenstein played minutes with PJ Dozier on the Nuggets bench, the Nuggets bench is trash. I'm telling you, it's terrible. When he played minutes with PJ Dozier, the Nuggets were an 82-0 level team, and it was the best two-man lineup of PJ Dozier's career. It was with every single team Hartenstein has been on. Every player he played with over 100 minutes with the Clippers was positive. Every single player. Why? Because he's the best rim protector in the NBA. He's the second best passing center in the NBA. He has one of the best floaters in the NBA.
He's the best. I like to think he's the best.
Second best.
Nah, man, this ain't even close.
You can't.
This ain't even close. He's the best passing center.
Second
in the NBA,
best.
bro.
Second.
Come
best.
on, bro. I need to see some data.
And then he has one of the best floaters in the NBA, and his potential as a shooter is crazy. So you put it all together.
Right?
You put it all together. You have a player that's going to take Mitchell Robinson's starting job, maybe 10 games into the season, and then lead the Knicks to a championship. Because if you put Hartenstein on the floor, he will make you win games. He was down 30. He was down 30 in a game with the Clippers because the Clippers were terrible without him. They were like the worst team in basketball without Hartenstein or Paul George.
Mommy, Uncle Al is telling this story again.
And then
I'm just joking.
They were down 30, and they came back because of Hartenstein's defense, his play, his hustle, defense to the offense, and his outlet passing. His ability to get the stop and then outlet pass, creating easy baskets. His outlet passing is one of the most underrated parts of his game. His ability to get it out early, create easy shots for the it's amazing. It's amazing. Hartenstein is the whole package. He has no weaknesses, long-term weaknesses in his game.
So
it's going to be amazing.
Would you agree then that wouldn't Donovan Mitchell make it even better?
Yeah, they would be even better, but I don't even think he needs Donovan Mitchell. I think you give him a Brunson.
But why not over guarantee the victories by bringing in Donovan?
You can't. Honestly, I think what's going to happen is they're not going to make the trade this offseason because I don't think there's enough leverage against the Jazz. I think they're going to start the season with the roster they have now. Hartenstein is going to win the starting job. Mitchell's going to ask for a trade, and then you're going to trade Mitchell for Mitchell with a bunch of picks. That's what I believe at the trade deadline. Wow. And then they're going to bring in Mitchell and then win a championship. That's what I believe is going to happen.
Listen, I got a rude awakening for you. Real good rude awakening for you. There's no multiverse where Donovan Mitchell's not on the Knicks before training camp. I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to talk about a Knicks roster without Donovan.
We have. People been hitting me up behind the scenes, man. Like 7 people hit me up behind the scenes saying the Donovan Mitchell deal is going to be announced late into the night, August 31st. Like the one, make sure you be live. It's because it's gonna be one.
I'll believe it when I see it. I don't
think
it's gonna get done.
No, but listen. Let me put the detail. Let me put the detail out there. So from multiple people, just like DMing me randomly, just like be aware something's gonna go down August 31st, late into the night, kind of like tonight, right? Now, and not August 31st, not the 30th, but I'm saying August 31st / September 1st. Right, and so
I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't believe anything NBA until I see it. I don't believe anything in NBA until I see it because there are so many people that basically get their house payment paid off NBA rumors. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta.
Honestly, I believe the Jazz asked for everything that the Knicks could offer, and I think the Knicks, if they were going to do it, they would have already done it. And I don't think that either team is going to change on the offer. I don't think the Jazz need to trade him. They just don't. He didn't ask for a trade yet. He obviously they just don't, he's on a 4-year contract. It's not like he's going to sit out.
So
I just don't think.
I got you right now. Shams is CAA. Donovan is CAA. Donovan don't want his legacy tarnished. He don't want his image tarnished. Shams put out the Knicks are talking with Utah for Donovan Mitchell.
Which is true.
Right? Danny Ainge continuously puts out feelers that, we're going to check for offers around the NBA. He knows damn well the Knicks are the only team that could offer him the picks that he could get.
But they don't have any. They don't need to trade him.
Now, here's my thing. They don't need to trade him. You're correct. But you messing up your bottom line. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
If you keep Donovan on that roster going into next season, they're going to be losing. Your starting center is Walker Kessler, whatever his name is.
Rookie. Let call it blocks. He's going to be
tanking.
There's a possibility. There's honestly, this is hilarious.
What if Donovan get hurt? First game.
I know what you about to say. You about to say Walker Kessler is going to be Isaiah Hartenstein.
No. I was. There's a possibility Walker Kessler is the next Rudy Gobert, and they traded all that shit. And they just traded the next Rudy Gobert on all those extra picks, and they also traded.
You think Donovan, aka Spider-Man, is waiting for Walker Kessler?
No.
He's gonna be good right away, bro.
He's gonna be really good.
He's gonna be good right away, man.
And
Utah Jazz,
he's not gonna be Rudy Gobert, but he's gonna be good.
Where the Utah Jazz gonna be next season in the West with that roster?
I don't know. It depends. I don't think. I don't know. They're not going to be. They're rebuilding, obviously.
I already got Timberwolves locked in as a top 5 seed, so that's done. Golden State top 5 seed, that's done.
I don't know.
Memphis, they gonna be in the playoffs. That's
top
done.
Top 5.
You know the Lakers is coming back. Bron,
I think Dallas is
you got
be really good.
And the Clippers is.
I don't know. The Lakers didn't really do anything. Did they do anything? I don't think. Bron is a year older.
Last season, but I think they're gonna do something this season. And if I'm Donovan Mitchell and I'm Spider-Man, I'm swinging myself right out the Western Conference and I'm going right to the Knicks.
I mean, I'm sure he wants to, but I think it's going to be something. I don't think it's going to be an off-season thing. I think it's going to happen during the season. I think they're going to start the season with Donovan Mitchell because they just want the most leverage. And I think that will give them the most leverage.
Question to you. Let's say they start the season 1-10. Who got more leverage, the Knicks or the Utah Jazz?
Well, the Knicks are going to be
1-10.
1-10. That they're not going to. First of all, they're not going to start that bad. But second of all,
if you go 1-10. Why do you go get a guy when you could just tank the rest of the season?
Yeah,
but
in a deep draft,
your locker room, you're killing your locker room.
Locker room. You don't.
But your coach, you just hired a new coach.
It's wishful thinking.
I can't have it both ways. You got a new coach.
I just don't think. I don't think the.
No, I'm talking about the Knicks,
Jazz,
not the Jazz. Yeah. So who's going 1-10? The Knicks or the Jazz?
No, I'm saying. Utah loses more leverage by each day Donovan is on their team.
I don't think so because he hasn't asked for a trade publicly.
But Shams, I just told you.
But he hasn't asked for it. Like if Shams could just report, hey, Mitchell asked for a trade to the Knicks, and then they start losing leverage. But that never happened. That hasn't happened, right? That hasn't happened at least publicly. Maybe it happened privately. I don't know, but it hasn't happened publicly. So they just don't. They don't have the leverage yet, right?
So who you think is leaking? Who you think is leaking the information about the trade package that was reportedly offered? Who you think leaked that?
The Knicks, right? Right?
Utah leaked that. The Knicks wouldn't have. Why would the Knicks leak that offer?
I don't know. Maybe
That's what Utah asked for.
I don't know.
And the Knicks
I just don't think it's going to get done. Maybe it's going to get done on the 30th first on late night, stay up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe, but I just don't think it's going to. I think it's going to go into the season. Like a lot of these trades, these blockbuster trades, just they go into the season. Same thing with the James Harden thing. It went into the season. Ben Simmons went into the season. Like these things just go into the season naturally, right? Because they want the most leverage, and I think you get the most leverage on trade deadline day. Rather than the offseason. I don't know.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No. I think you get the most leverage in the offseason because everybody can compete.
Oh, okay. Well,
isn't
it that more people that compete, the worse your leverage, the less people that can compete?
No, you said Utah has leverage, not the Knicks. I
never
said the
Knicks. The Knicks,
yeah. I think the Knicks get leverage if Donovan is still on that roster next season.
I think that the Knicks get leverage if Donovan asks for a trade to the Knicks, and that's the only way.
No, that might happen. That's only going to happen if it's the last straw. Because we got to understand, Woj is CAA, Shams is CAA, Leon Rose used to be CAA, right?
Everybody's CAA.
So hey, Wiz, you gonna tell them that Blorange Tears is CAA?
I don't know, man. I just think like Quentin Grimes cannot be holding up this trade. Like nobody's gonna tell me a guy who just put up Frank Ntilikina stats is holding up a trade.
You know what's holding up the trade is the Utah is asking for every single pick the Knicks can offer. They're not asking for like 5 picks. They're asking for 6 picks and every single pick swap. They're asking for literally everything the Knicks can offer. That's what's holding up the trade. And maybe you just give it all to them, maybe you just don't get it. Just I don't know.
I got one scenario for you.
I don't know.
The only way I give them 7 first-round picks.
It's literally 7.
With
It's
3
what I think they're asking for.
Right? It's the only way. They have to take Evan Fournier and
is Evan Fournier really that bad?
No, he's not really that bad, but it's for contract matchup purposes. That's all.
It's the vet connection.
It's the vet connection.
He gotta go.
Who would I rather give $32 million to? Would I rather give $32 million to Derrick Rose or Evan Fournier or Donovan Mitchell?
Mitchell, 100% of the time.
So I think a trade would be Evan Fournier, probably Derrick Rose, and 7 and 8 first-round picks. Now, if that's the deal that Utah want to take, and I'm getting to keep Grimes, Reddish, Obi quickly, and they want 8 first-round picks, but
I'm not giving this much. I ain't giving nobody no 8 first-round picks. I don't care.
And I think that's the holdup.
Fair.
They're asking for 8 first-round picks, and the Knicks are like, no, and then so you're not getting them. So it's like, do the Knicks give the most first-round picks in history, or do they like?
If Danny Ainge asked me for that, I'm giving him 2 middle fingers and some hop spit.
Yeah, and I think that's the holdup. I'm
trying to be disrespectful. So Danny Ainge, if you feel disrespected by me giving you 2 middle fingers and some hot spit in the kitchen, hot spit is that. Yeah. That is what I'm giving. If you ever ask me for 8 first-round picks for anybody not named Wilt Chamberlain or Michael Jeffrey Jordan, because I'm not paying that for them either, right? I'm not giving you 8 first-round picks for Michael Jordan, right? But if you ask me for that for Donovan Mitchell, bro, I might borrow a middle finger to give you.
Can I ask you a question? Who's more box office? Donovan Mitchell or Paul George?
Paul George.
I don't give a box office.
I don't really care, but it's Paul George. I watched Paul George. Paul George defensively is insane. Like I was watching Paul George all year on the Clippers. Defensively, that man, oh my God. Paul George is more box office.
I would rather take Draymond Green, bro. Draymond Green is a winner.
I think Paul George is a better overall player, but I think box office is Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell
No, I don't know. I saw Paul George. Paul George is a beast.
So is Kawhi box office?
I mean, he's a two-time champion. Like you can't
You're a
like.
basketball
I mean,
enthusiast.
is his personality? Are we talking like personality? Like what are we talking?
And style of play. And
I'm not trading no RJ Barrett for no box office.
the box office.
Yeah, I'm good with RJ. He could be boring. I want RJ to be boring.
You want RJ boring?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
The only deal I would consider for RJ is RJ for Michael Porter Jr. straight up. The only deal I would consider around the league.
Freezy trolling because he's tired. That's my time.
I'm good. Man, because I think Michael Porter Jr., if he can stay healthy, is one of the dudes in the league that can score 30 points a game if he stay healthy for 82 games.
Yeah.
One of maybe 4 dudes that can average 30 points a game in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's
His
why
shooting is amazing. His shooting is just.
And the sad thing is I think Houston may have gotten a dude that might be similar to that, but can defend.
Yeah.
I think the Jabari Smith, might be the best player out of this draft. If you can imagine a Kevin Durant and Paul George mixed together.
Yeah, I'm concerned about his playmaking, but his ability to make the shoot over guys is amazing.
He at least he could see the pass.
Yeah,
he recognizes where the ball can go.
Yeah, he's a good. Yeah, he can see. He has potential there, but his ability to just raise up and shoot over 40% from 3 is just incredible. Smith. So what
y'all see in Smith?
You don't like Smith?
You
don't like lockdown perimeter defense?
I don't see
amazing shooting.
He
needs to work on his finishing, but
I would send RJ Barrett. I would send RJ and Rowan. I would send father and son in that trade.
Yo, I don't see it with him. I'm sorry.
You don't see it with him?
You know I love certain draft prospects. He was the guy I did not love. You know what I love from that top 3 though? That boy Chet.
Oh my god.
Yo.
He has Hall of Fame potential. But
Porzingis.
Nah, bro. RJ has Hall of Fame potential.
Yeah, RJ got Hall of Fame potential.
RJ Barrett? No, he's not going to make the Hall of Fame. No way.
RJ Barrett, bro.
RJ Barrett is not.
You will be in the Hall of Fame. Wait, you laughing?
There's no way RJ Barrett's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I think he can be an All-Star, maybe 1-2-time All-Star. There's no way RJ Barrett's going to be a Hall of Famer ever. What?
Right.
No.
RJ Barrett is a Hall of Famer, bro.
This is going to be one of those videos that I say 5 years from now, and I'm going to say
who's a Hall of Famer? You know who's a Hall of Famer? Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein's a future Hall of Famer. That's the future Hall of Famer. And I have the stats to prove it. Devin
Booker is my man.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I gotta do vibes and stuff in 5 hours.
Man. I appreciate.
Thanks for staying up late. Yeah,
man.
Thanks for the debate, man. Thanks for the debate.
Hey, when you want to debate about Hartenstein?
Whenever anyone wants to debate me, I am ready. No one ever wants to talk to me about Hartenstein because I have too many numbers. They don't want to look stupid, and I understand. But bring it. I'm looking for it. No one's ready. All
right. So I too have done some research, and I think the Knicks are probably gonna regret spending that $8 million.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna regret it all the way to that championship.
Okay. All right.
The CAA Denver fan and CAA.
Yeah.
So, he's not an iHeart fan either, and he's a Denver Nuggets fan.
Yeah.
He goes, "What did he see?" And he doesn't know what did he see. So I'm gonna have him join us when we debate.
We'll see. We'll see what happens
tonight. Though we're doing the all-time NBA draft.
Yeah.
Right, tonight at 8:00, we're doing an all-time NBA draft.
Wait.
Bill Russell.
You can pick anybody
in any era. Anybody in any era.
What pick can I get, Freezy? Can I?
You got to do the whole draft though.
I'll do the whole draft. That's mad fun, bro.
Okay, so it's starting at 8. Mm-hmm. It's starting at 8.
How many picks? How many teams?
We're doing. So right now we have a commitment of 10. So it looks like this is what it looks like. me, Hardwell, Mr. Rivera, Greeny, Wisdom, the Ghetto Intellect, Coach M, King Ant G, Shotgunner, and State. That's 10. So we're gonna call him Sony. We're gonna start calling him Sony. Because State is just State.
Yeah, with my first pick, I'm picking Allen Iverson, man.
So if you want to get in, and we expand this to 12, can you? You're on Central Time, so that's 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
I could do it at 6.
So we have to find one more person.
I'm gonna pick iHeart.
No, you don't pick. No, you can't do that.
Wait, you laughed when I said Allen Iverson. You be respectful.
To what? He's never won a championship.
What?
Like he made it to one finals. Like you know, you need to be respectful. You know, Chauncey Billups. He went to 2 finals and he beat the Lakers. He beat them. Yes. He's better. Nuggets traded. AI.
All right. So
okay. See you later.
All right. So we got 12 teams, man. I don't want to go any. I don't want it to get it any more than that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing the all-time NBA draft. Hey man, this thing is gonna be fun. Yes, at about 7:30. So about 7:30, we're gonna do the Blorange Tears all-time NBA draft lottery. So we're gonna do a lottery live, right? And everybody that's in the draft is gonna have permission to trade draft picks and do all that stuff. So they're gonna act as the commissioner. So if you get the number 1 pick, you can legit trade the number 1 pick to somebody for whatever you can get.
Just give me Jordan. I mean, just give me Jordan.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be. Hey, this is gonna be.
Wait. So what time? What time do I have to be there?
So you don't have to be present for the lottery, right? We'd like for you to be there, but you don't have to be present for that. But for the draft itself, you have to be present because if you're not present, it's like 5 or 6 other dudes that want to get in.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely going to be present. I just want to know the time, exact time.
Yeah. So we're going to try to start the draft on time, but when you're dealing with men, everybody, no man, I'm good. And then until it's the draft, you rest start. Everybody have questions.
Yeah.
So how much time in draft takes? I mean, you have how about 30 seconds?
We're going to be working on convenient time. Like if you take it too long, we're just going to tell you to hurry up.
Okay.
Right. And so, but we're not gonna. It's not like I'm gonna have a timer over here ticking. So I'm thinking like maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah. Just give me Bill Russell already. I that's my first. Give me Bill Russell, 11-time champion. That's what I want. I want the defense. Get the leadership on my team, and then everything else after that, it'll take care of itself. I can get the talent later. I want the leadership. I want the defense. I want the leadership. I could get everything. I could get the talent. There's talent elsewhere.
Hey, so listen. So here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out a way to simulate it on an app. Do you know if there's an app we can simulate it on?
I really wish. I don't know. But I really. I know. I don't know an app that you can simulate.
That's the thing I'm working on now is trying to find
an app.
Trying to find an app. We can do it on 2K. Right, but we can only do it on 2K if we get 20 teams and do a my league, and just sim it from there. But getting 20 people is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because 12 people makes
Yeah. So
you can't lower it to 12 people. Well, you could do it on what's it called? Real GM. No, can you? I don't know if you can. I was gonna say what is it? My GM? Wait, what is it called? GM. Man, it's GM. My league. Oh my god, I can't remember what it's called.
Child wants Frank Ntilikina for his first.
I bet so.
Basketball GM. That's what it's called.
Basketball GM. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before we get out of here, let's check it.
Yeah, I don't know if it would work that way. You have to set it up. I know you can like remove the teams and set everything up like that. But I know you could do the draft like that. But I'm not sure.
Oh, you might be able to do it. Basketball
basketball GM. But I don't know if there's a roster for all the legendary players. I think there is actually. I think there might be, but I'm not sure.
All right.
Yeah, you can be my my backup, but like my guide, my scout.
My scout, yeah. Hopefully if this Hardenstein thing works out, you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, man. Okay, so this thing is looking to do something. All right.
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
GM in my league.
Yeah, you go to the Legend Leagues.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think there's a way to. If you go to God mode, you can customize everything and get rid of teams and stuff like that.
God mode. Okay.
Yeah.
Real plays, random plays,
I don't know.
Legends.
Enable God mode, and then you can like go in and like remove teams and stuff. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's a roster size. Yeah, I don't know all of that stuff, but yeah, it's something like that. Hopefully it'll work out.
Okay. All right.
I'll let you go.
Give me
wait. So it's at 6 Central time. Wait, what? Okay, what time do I have to be there? Or you can message me the time.
So we're starting 8 p.m. The draft itself is starting 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So 6 p.m. my time.
Right, and then
what time is the lottery?
The lottery is going to be 30 minutes before.
So 5:30. Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So this
I like to be on time to stuff, you know.
What?
Yeah, I like what?
Okay, that's a new concept. I never most people we deal with are never on time.
I like to be on time to stuff.
Right.
It's it's respectful and it's like
yeah.
No
doubt.
Anyway.
All right, so let me go. It's about 3:00 over here.
Yeah.
Let me go. All right, y'all.
Okay.
I'll holler at y'all later, man.
All right.
See ya.
Hey, appreciate you.